I'm hyped right now, man.
Oh yeah. What's good, y'all? Speak Club Podcast in the building.
Yes, sir.
Special day, y'all. Special guest. Right now, I got my nigga Immobile already wanted me. How you doing,
Chip,
brother?
chip, 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 chip.
I got the Tri-Bro Gigolo from
What up?
Brooklyn.
Chilling.
Popping.
What's good?
And I got very special guest. If y'all niggas listen to Speak Your Clout when it was Dolo, this man did my intro. You know, his podcast inspired me to do this shit along with Steven's idea. I'm talking about Kill,
What's good?
Comment 5B.
What's good, man? Thank you for having me, man. It's a pleasure.
It's an honor.
Anytime, good brother. Oh yeah, absolutely, man.
Blessings, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, anytime, bro. And today we'll be ranking the first four Bootcamp Click albums, man. I'm not talking about, Chosen Few and all that for the people shit. I'm talking about 1993, Enter the Stage. 1995, Smif-N-Wessun Dah Shinin. Heltah Skeltah Nocturnal, 1996. In 1996, the original Gunn Clappaz The Storm. We'd be doing from, least to best, where you rank these. And as we start every episode, like, how did y'all get into boot camp? Like, what was the first artist you heard? What year? And Kilson should have guessed. You can start off, my brother.
All right, man. For me, into the stage, I remember I think I was must have been a senior in high school, so it was like 92. And I see the video for Who Got the Props. And I mean, that joint was just it for me. It sounded different. It was like amp, you know what I mean? Dudes having, the hoodies on with the fitteds and everything, you know what I mean? The beat was crazy, the scratches was crazy. And it's like from there it was just on. It was like Black Moon was just it, you know what I mean? And then when Into the Stage came out, it was just the rap, How Many MCs, one of my favorite rap videos ever. You know what I mean? I just loved how they had the whole projects out there, they had the elevator, Evil D at the end, all leaned up against the walls, DJing and everything. Like, to me, that just said at the time, I'm from Philly, but I was in Brooklyn every summer in Fort Greene. So that just screamed New York to me. It just screamed hip hop. Like, to me, that's still to this day one of my favorite videos.
It's timeless.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. With me, it was 1995. I was 10. And that's when a hip hop bug bit me. Like, once I seen the Mystery of Chess Boxing video on the Rock Music Monthly tape that my uncle had, I was like, yo, it's hip hop for life for me. And then a little while after that, I seen the Who Got the Props video.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh shit, fire. And a little while after that, I got the Enter the Stage on cassette. And from that point on, like, if Wu-Tang Clan is X-Men or Avengers, they're right up there with them. They're like, Wu-Tang Clan is Avengers, they're fucking X-Men.
Yeah.
Something like that for my comic heads, man.
No way to put it too, B.
Yeah, thanks, good brother. That's how I got into boot camp, man. And from that point on, it was just like they were second to me because Wu-Tang is my favorite music, period, in life. And then comes BCC,
Mm-hmm.
That's how I got into boot camp.
For me, it was Black Moon, like with Who Got the Props, like watching, seeing the video come on Video Music Box every day, and being like a freshman in high school and seeing like the kids, pass around the cassettes back when he was on cassette single, and before the album dropped, it was the single was like big in New York and especially here in Brooklyn, and then it was like you know when Enter the Stage came out, I was like an instant fan, and I just been a fan of theirs ever since. Heltah Skeltah and OGC and Fab Five, everybody.
Yeah, for me, I'm like the late. I'm late with this one, but I got introduced to the whole boot camp clip, particularly Black Moon back in 2001 on Rap City. I remember on Wednesdays on BET they would have a segment called Way Back Wednesdays, and then they showed the Who Got the Props video, and I saw that I was like, yo, who is these cats? And I fell in love, and then I just Googling Or at the time it was like Netscape or Mozilla Firefox, and I actually found like the name of the album the album they came out with. So I ended up going to Hot Wax. Hot Wax is like a store that's no longer in business. You guys might remember the video Hush by LL Cool J.
Yeah.
When he plays like a little teenager, he goes to that record store. That's Hot Wax. That's Hot Wax.
Okay.
In Jamaica Ave. That's on 160th and Jamaica Avenue. But anyways, so I remember it was December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2001. I looked all over Queens, man, just to find that album. I could not find it. It was very hard to find. So I ended up going to Hot Wax, and they had this shit. It was like, I think they got $15, but I bought that shit. And I remember when I bought it, man, the song that I played the most was Niggas Talk Shit. I played that shit nonstop. That's all I played. I didn't even listen to the other songs. Niggas Talk Shit. And from then on, I've been a fan since. And then I got into Smif-N-Wessun, then I get into the original Gunn Clappaz, Heltah Skeltah, and all that good stuff, man. But yeah, that's my introduction to them.
Oh yeah. So we gotta rank these 4.
Well, hold tight. You know what I want to say real quick about Black Moon that I don't think they get enough props for. That these dudes were one of the beginning people who really took their remixes to another level.
Yes.
I agree.
Like, you know, the I Got You Open remix. There's something about boot camp that they're able to do something that's so simplistic. And for another group, it would be looked at as selling out, but for them, it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, to just loop that old Barry White joint for I Got You Open, like, you know, everybody knew that joint. But when that joint came out, it was crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Video was crazy. When they hit you with the Buck 'em Down joint, you know what I mean? And even just from a production standpoint, still using Donald Byrd's Wind Parade, but just bringing different parts of it, you know, and turning the drums up and engineering. And one of the key things about this album is being a huge fan of the Beat Miners is that, you know, Walt and Evil would always talk about how they didn't know what they were doing when they made this album. You know, he was just like, yo, telling the engineer, just turn that shit in the red, just make it loud. You know, but you could tell how the group was growing. Like, you can tell How Many MCs was one of the last songs that was recorded on this album when you hear Buck's flow. Like, if you look at Who Got the Props versus How Many MCs, you see Buck was growing in the direction of where he took you to with I Got You Open and Buck Down remix. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I don't think the Beat Miners get enough props for is they remixes. So just wanted to put that down.
Oh yeah, I agree too, man. Definitely.
Yo, I tried flipping that Barry White sample. It's so hard. Like how he got the drums out of that sample is beyond me, man. It's just so freaking dope, man. Like Evil D, Mr. Walt, like definitely one of my favorite producers, man, of all time. Like they're so underrated. Not to mention Rich Black and Chocolate Tie and all them cats.
Yeah.
Baby Paul, yup.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you talk about Black Moon in the boot camp, like you can't leave them out. Like it's a disservice to leave out the Beat Miners because to me the camp went downhill when they split with the Beat Miners. You know what I mean? So you know you can't. They're just as intricate part of the BCC as any of the groups were.
To me, no Beat Miners, no boot camp Clik. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I agree.
100%, big.
That's their best work, yo. Absolutely. All right. So, number 4 on my list is Original Gunn Clappaz, 1996. The Storm.
Yeah.
Man, this shit is fire, man. I love this album, man. Favorite song on here, Hurricanes to Rain. It's the Rain, in my personal opinion, this nigga is like the third nicest after Rock and Ruck.
I agree.
Yeah, he's dope, man. No Fear, man. No Fear was ill. And I seen that video, I'm like, yo, niggas dissing Big? I was like, oh shit. And I heard he got his he got jumped at the Hit Factory or some shit like that. And Junior Mafia niggas couldn't work.
Yeah.
But I just love this album. Real dark, man. It sounds like a fucking storm, man. You know, like you can just drive through the streets and the thunderstorm bumping this shit.
Yeah.
Gives you that feel, that rain, that grimy feel to it. Love this album, man. The production's great too. One of Duck Down's best albums. Consists of Starang Wonder, Louisville Slugger, Top Dog. Top Dog being Steele's little brother. The niggas ain't know. Yeah, man, it's an excellent album. My second favorite track would have to be that Wild Cowboys in Bucktown with us. Yeah, nigga, that shit's tough, man. Yeah, man. Love this shit. The artwork is fire. Just very dope album. Out of print now too. Want a physical copy, yo? Out of print. But yeah, man. My number 4, OGC, Storm, 1996. You can go, Kill.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Number 4, the Storm joint.
Yeah.
I like the album. I gave it 3.5 mics. I think I was disappointed because this is where the beat miners started to seem to separate themselves from them as much. You know what I'm saying? They weren't doing the bulk of the production. No Fear, the Storm was crazy. Just like you said, Starang Wonder. To me, Strang is probably the most slept on one in the boot camp clip. Like, to me,
I agree.
He like the big joker. Like, you know, I don't think a lot of people pay too much attention to OGC, but he like the big joker just when you think it's a rap. Like, Strang was nice. Like, Hurricane Strang, like, come on, man. You know, one of my favorite lines, what do you say? Damn, X marks the spot like Sadat, Strang makes shit hot. Yo, like, it's so many quotables that Strang got. Like, to be no disrespect to Top Dog in Louisville, Strang just got anytime when I'm thinking about something off this album, 9 times out of 10, I'm quoting Strang. You know what I mean? So even from the Fab Five joint, just Strang had that voice. He had them one-liners, just a dope all-around MC, man. Just a real dope MC. So yeah, I'm with you with that. Number 4 for me too.
Get your ass capped like them niggas that do my publishing.
Oh God, man.
Man.
What God? I'm trying to think of that rhyme. He say something, man. Like, oh, that's my shit. Skinny nigga. Fuck a hustle. Fuck a muscle. I don't tussle. You know what I mean? Just little joints like that. Like, yo, man. I ain't rumbling you niggas. I'm shooting. Like, you know what I mean? Like, those was the things. Like, and Strang just had that, man. He just had that energy too. That wasn't even no rah energy, but he was just. It was something about Strang. It's one of the things like with ball, certain things just come natural. Like, you can't teach nobody. And to me, Strang just had that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's number 4 for me too. I feel like Starang should have always been like a solo artist. In my personal opinion, I thought he could have been like right up there with Sean Price. And the album is good. I don't feel like it's better than the other 3 we're gonna talk about. I feel like if the production was good, and I feel like Starang definitely like stole the show lyrically. But I don't feel like it was like better than, you know, Enter the Stage or Nocturnal, you know. But yeah, I love the joint they did with Sadat X and Hurricane Starang and No Fear, The Storm. Those are like my favorite joints on the album. You know, and I feel like it's definitely a slept on album. You know, like not that many people talk about it. But yeah, that's number 4 for me.
Word. I share the same sentiments as you guys, man. Number 4, The Storm, very underrated album. Definitely an album that, you know, you would play like, you know, in a rainy night, just a rainy day, just has that vibe to it. Love the production, but I agree with you, Kill. Like, you know, the beat miners, I don't know, like the chemistry, like it didn't have that oomph to their beats. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's because they were going through like creative differences. Because I know Rich Black, he was kind of doing his own thing with Vincent Bundy, you know, Baby Paul. He was like the commercialized. I don't want to say commercialized, but he was like doing like the more singles, like the Fly, Scar, and all the other joints. But songs like No Fear, like I had that on repeat. Gun Clap, God Don't Like Ugly, X Unknown, Elite Fleet. I mean Starang Wonder. To me, he's like the Killer Sin of Boot Camp Clik.
That's great. That's great. Because Killer Sin's underrated, my nigga. Like,
Jesus Christ, man. Like quotables for days, man. It's a shame that that Starang Wonder, like he never put himself out there. You know, because a lot of these cats are street cats. You know what I mean? Like they know the music, but then it's like they don't know how. They're not good businessmen. and they don't know how to separate the music to the streets, and sometimes that's the case with some of these guys. You know what I mean? And not to mention some of them are Decepticons. Like Steel, he's a Decepticon, and
I think all them niggas Deceps.
yeah,
All BCC niggas Decep
yeah,
niggas.
yeah. Like Rock and Sean Price, Steel. I know that they were D-subs as well. So, but yeah, but
Yeah.
that's just my thoughts in the storm. Dope album, very underrated.
Hell yeah. Okay, with that being said, man. Number 3 for me, Smif-N-Wessun Dah Shinin, man. This could have been higher. It's tough. It's tough. This shit just reminds me of playing Mortal Kombat 3, chilling with my cousin's ex-boyfriend, listening to this shit. Like those niggas rocking those Marty McFly bubble vests and the Timbs, and it brings me back, man. I was in the projects deep at it around this time. Maple Gardens Projects, Massachusetts shit. But flawless album. Let's get it on, son. Let's get it on. Oh my gosh, that is just the fucking Bucktown anthem right there. This track Bucktown is incredible. For all my wrestling heads out there, Steel and Tech is like Hulk and Animals, man. The chemistry,
Ooh.
That's
Road Warrior shit. Yeah, like the chemistry is just incredible. I love the Roy Ayers cover they took off that shit. Shout out to Kill, he's the one that put me on the game to that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit. Yeah,
No, the original joint.
that
He's
joint.
coming,
Yeah, that shit right there. Yeah, man. Recognize fire. Soundboy Burial, yo. Jesus Christ, man. Like I was calling niggas Bati boys because of that shit, man. and, and these dudes are really Jamaican too. So they
Right.
can, how they mix the reggae shit with the hip hop is just perfection, man. Because DJ Quick tried to do that and that shit was terrible.
Oh,
You know what
Lord.
I'm talking about, Steven? That shit was
Yeah.
ass, but
Crazy.
they do that shit well, man. Because they are Jamaican niggas, fantastic album, man. Front to back. Not one bad song in my opinion. I love the whole fucking record.
Yeah.
My favorite track is Let's Get It On, though. That shit is incredible. Heltah Skeltah makes the debut on here. Flawless album, man. Steel and Tech, Smif-N-Wessun, The Shine in 1995. Classic, man. Absolute classic. This puts me in that era when I was bumping this shit too, man. Love it. Classic. That's my number 3.
All right. For my number 3, I'm going with Nocturnal. Still in tech. Rock and Rock. I never forget, man. They came down to back in '93. Came down to Morgan State. We had our spring homecomings called I Love Morgan Day, and Black Moon was there, and all we want to see was Black Moon and Smif-N-Wessun. They bring out this nigga with this ill scar on his face with this ill voice. Like, we don't want to hear that shit. We want Smith. You know what I mean? We talking about. But yo, when they started rhyming, rock and rock, yo, it was a rap. It was like, yo, who are these dudes? And that's what I loved about them was just the intro that they kept bringing more and more people in. You know what I mean? And like their crews just kept getting doper and doper. And then when this dropped, I mean, everything, here we come. Just the intro, let the brains blow, understand. Sean Price, I'm not sure anymore. You know what I mean? Clans, Posse, Crews, and Clik Therapy. You know what I mean? Was dope. The crazy thing was Operation Lockdown. You know what I mean? Which was crazy because my man, guy from the Alcoholics, E Swift did that joint. You know what I mean? So it was crazy just, for them to be linking up with E Swift. At that time they were this was the first album from Boot Camp and Duck Down that was on Priority. So Priority being a West Coast label, that's how they was able to, connect with E Swift for that.
Right.
That Operation Lockdown was just crazy. You know what I mean? And I mean, the Wiggy was crazy. Flo LaFla. I mean, just, the Beat Miners was just an A bag on this joint right here. So yeah, this is definitely my number 3 Nocturnal joint.
Hell yeah.
Number 3 for me, Into the Stage. I love the gritty, boom bap production on here, and Buckshot, one of the best lyricists of all time to me. And the remixes, I feel like the remixes propelled the album. Like, when they came out with the I Gotcha open remix and the Buck 'Em Down remix, like that to me were like some of their best remixes and some of the hip hop's best remixes of all time, and that to me like really put them on a whole different level. And I would have liked to hear more from 5 Foot. I know he's like the forgotten member of the group, and I feel
That
like he could
nigga's
have
on
done more
like
tracks. Huh?
the nigga's on it like 3 times, yo. He's on like 3 times.
Yeah, I know, yeah, but I mean, it's like he's part of the group, man. I feel like he could have been on more songs, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
how many?
I think it was locked up, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
he was locked up. He was locked
Oh.
up around that time. So
That's what it is. And how many MCs classic, who got the props, that's a hip hop classic, Slave, Make Money. I love all those joints. I feel like it was a great album, definitely slept on. I still think it's slept on. And the production was good, and that's my number 3.
Dope.
dope. My number 3 is gonna have to be Nocturnal as well. I mean, growing up, man, like when I first heard Heltah Skeltah, Rock was my favorite. I feel like Sean Price, he was dope, but he was still finding himself. I don't know, like Rock, I like that evil villain voice that Rock has, man. And the same thing with Lord Have Mercy from Flipmo Squad. I mean, the production, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the production is just phenomenal. Baby Paul with Le Fly, Skorska. And the funny story with that song is that they was just fucking around. It has no meaning to it. They was just fucking around in the studio, and they just came up with the word Le Fly, Skorska.
Yeah.
And that's how the song came about. Like, that's fucking crazy, dude. Understand. Oh my god, I love that joint. Clarence Posse Cruise with Clicks. Proud, Therapy, with Vinya Mojica, which is a shame that she never put out an album.
Yeah.
And yeah, but she got tired of the industry. I read a dope interview of her like a couple years ago. She was pretty much tired of the industry. She didn't like how the whole industry is shady. Pretty much saying the same thing, but Soldier's Gone Psycho. Oh my god. That shit, that is that fucking stabbing niggas in a pitch dark black type shit. Like, I love that shit, man. The whole freaking album, Great Unknown, Place to Be, The Wiggy. I mean, dope album, man. But later on, Sean Price, he reinvented himself, which is why he dropped the Ruck. It became Sean Price, and then he became the legend that we all love and adore and miss, unfortunately, man. Rest in peace to Sean P, man. But yeah, great fucking album. Timeless. I love that album. Dope.
I think about Sean P was, I always tell people, if I would have said in 1993 that Ghostface Killer and Ruck are gonna be the two niggas holding down the Wu and Boot Camp Clik 20 years from now, niggas would have thought I was on crack or something. Dudes would have been like, come on, man, nah, Meth, Jizza, Ray, you know what I mean? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it was Ghost who like kept the Wu relevant, you know what I mean? And it's the same thing with Sean P, you know what I mean? Nobody, when my man told me about Sean P, he was like, yo, you heard Monkey Bars? I was like, who that? He was like, that nigga Ruck. I'm like, the nigga Ruck? Nah, I don't want to hear that shit, you know what I mean? And then I heard it, and I was like, oh shit, because just like you said, it was always about Rock to me. Rock had that voice, Innocent Scar. But when I heard Monkey Bars, I was like, damn, yo, this dude is nice. You know what I mean? And I think him being able to reinvent himself at a time when it was like, he like his mantra was, yo, I'm a broke rapper. You know what I mean? I'm not flossing. I'm broke. I still live in Brownsville. I live in an apartment. I'm broke. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just on some old at a time when everything in hip hop was, I got this, I got that, to just have an ill MC coming out, just being real with you, like, yo, I'm broke. I just rhymed. Like, that shit was so phenomenal. You know what I mean? What he say, Sean Carter is something, but Sean Price is the night. Like, Jay ain't even respond to that. Like, niggas, like, Sean P was just that dude that he's the few people to me from the 90s who was still putting out quality music up until the time that he passed. You got a lot of dudes who be like, oh yeah, I would check for that album. I'm like, there's a big ass difference from, are you looking forward to an album versus will you just listen to it? You know what I mean? And Sean P was one of the few 90s MCs who in 2017, 15, before he passed, I was always looking forward to a new Sean P album. Whatever he did, Random Acts with Guilty Simpson and Black Milk, you put Sean P's name on it, I was there for it. You know, not too many 90s MCs can say that.
Yo, that Imperious Blacks album, oh my God.
Woo! Nigga, son, that shit is fire.
I mean, all that shit, you know, Jesus Christ Superstar, Tyson, all the joints he put out, man. Like I said, it just because he had his own style. You know what I mean? Like nobody rhymed like Rock. You know what I mean? What that nigga say once? You know, I sell a baby organs, make a baby organ, something, and I ain't even vote for Obama. P. Like the way he rhymes, only he could do that. You know what I mean? Like only he could do that, and he just, you know. Definitely, like you said, very much missed, man, for real.
Yeah.
I got a Don bitch that live in Japan. Black belt. Chop brick. No, he say suck dick, chop bricks with a head.
Come on. What do you say? I used to sell Knicks at night, come home to my kids and watch Nick at night.
Nick at night.
Man, just simple, you know, just simple things. Like it wasn't very complex, but it was just witty. You know, it was witty and just creating, and again, that's a gift. Everybody can't do that. Everybody can't do that.
Which is a missing gift in hip hop today, man.
Yeah, but again, he was himself, and that's what a lot of rappers can't be. They just can't be themselves. You know,
true. Exactly. Goes back to the insecurities, Kill.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep. All right, y'all. My number 2. Heltah Skeltah Nocturnal, man, 1996. Sparsky and Dutch, Ruck and Rock, phenomenal album, yo. This could have been number 1. Like it could change any day for me. Yeah. So much I love these 4 albums, yo. But right now I'm putting this number 2. Understand is my favorite. That instrumental is just retarded, yo. Rock did his thing, killed that. And as a kid too, I was like 11, and that nigga was my favorite, son. Like. His voice, son. Oh my God. And like, if him and Lord Have Mercy did a track together back in that time, that shit would have been crazy. Ooh. Like 2 super villain niggas just barking on cats, man. Like that's what it would have been. And Therapy. I love that shit. Love the video. That shit is dope. LaFleur at Skoska, you know, the Fab Five. If a Fab Five album came out, son, imagine.
That
like Yeah, like I tell my uncle, like if a Native Tongues album came out anywhere between 91, 93, what would have been the greatest album of all time? You know what I mean? It's like if a Fab Five album came out, yo, it would have been incredible. The story about that, Steven, I remember you touched on it a bit. They were playing like NBA Live 95. Yeah. And the nigga, the ring was like a Scotia guy every time he broke the fucking rim off. Yeah. He would say that shit. Yeah, Rock told that story on Vlad and shit.
Yeah.
That's a dope fucking track, dope video. You know, scar on my face, but ain't Al Pacino. Like, Rock was that nigga, man. He was my favorite. He was absolutely my favorite, but once I heard Monkey Bars in 05, I'm like, yo, P my favorite now. But Rock was dead nice. That nigga was dead nice, though. Classic fucking album, yo. Absolutely. Love it, man. Son, in my opinion, these albums can compete with the Wu's best. My personal opinion. I agree. You know what I mean? So, yeah, nigga, number 2, Nocturnal, man. Heltah Skeltah, yo.
The funny thing, just to, you know, again, touch on Sean P for a minute, the crazy thing about P is that he was so dope. Because I don't know too many people who would, you know, niggas like to lie. I ain't even going to hold you. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, nah, I always love Rock. No, the fuck you did. Like, no, you didn't. Like, let's cut the bullshit. No, you didn't. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it takes a certain caliber MC to make you forget about the other dude. Like, once I heard Sean Price, I forgot all about Rock. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? Now, really think about how hard that is. Imagine being a Road Warrior fan your whole life. Like, yo, Animal's my nigga. And then all of that one day it's just like, Hawk. Like I ain't even think about Animal no more. Like, yo, that's how it was with Sean P. It was like, rock for years, and then just out of nowhere, it was like Sean P. Forget about Rock. Like Think about how hard that is for a dude to make you just totally forget about the other dude in the same group who's been your favorite for years. You know what I mean? So
that's what happened.
you know what? No, I ain't even gonna hold you. Rock put out a dope solo album last year. I ain't even gonna hold people. A lot of people ain't hear it, but it's a solid album. It's a dope album. My number 3 joint is Into the Stage, Black Moon right here. Again, this was my intro to boot camp. I loved it. I loved the rawness of it. You know what I mean? And again, for me being 44, I came up in an era where cats didn't know what they was doing in the studio. Like dudes just went in the studio and that's why I don't never buy them remastered 20th anniversary. I don't want that shit clean. I want that shit dirty like D&D.
Same.
They made that shit, you know what I mean? And that's what this album was. Somebody was talking about niggas talk shit. My dude, I mean, that horn riff, just the rhymes, Act Like You Wanted, the original Buck 'Em Down, Black Smif-N-Wessun, the first time you hear Tech and Steel. The funny thing is that people forget about how dope the original I Got You Open was.
Yeah,
the video
that's my favorite.
Yeah, when the video came out, it was just like the original didn't even exist no more.
Yeah.
Boot Camp did a show out here in DC that I was at. And when the original Got You Open came on, like the walls was fucking shaking because of the bass in that joint. You know what I mean? And it just reminded me. Same thing with Mob. Like, not to get off on some Queen shit real quick, but Mob Deep, Right Back at You, the remix off the Sunset Park soundtrack was so dope. People forgot about the original. The original Right Back at You is crazy. You know what I mean? But the remix just was so bananas that you forgot about how that's how I Got You Open was. The original I Got You Open was crazy. How Many MCs was dope. You the Man I thought was dope. Bringing in Have for Mob. So I mean, dope all around album. Like I said, the remixes was dope. Just a dope group. Like my man was saying about 5FT. It's so funny because I just started following him on Instagram. Just on some old like, yo, what is this nigga doing now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just had an anniversary show at up in NYC at SOBs, and I was just like, yo, like he said, I always wanted to hear more from Five, but you know, at the time he was locked. But I definitely thought it was dope that they, you know, kept him part of the group still. So that's my number 2 joint.
You do hear 5FT more on the Warzone album.
Yeah, Warzone, yeah, and I wasn't mad.
People hate on that album.
Warzone is slept.
That's
dope.
I
love it.
I know people who despise Warzone. I just think it was the timing. It was just so much time. This was 92. Warzone came out like 97, 90. No, it came out like 99. So much time had passed that, you know, and then the single wasn't that dope. That 2 turntables and a mic. That wasn't a dope single, but like Annihilation on there with MOP, or that shit they got on there with Busta. Like, oh my God. There's some disgusting things on Warzone, you know, but again, I just think too much time just passed between those 2 joints.
My number 2 is Nocturnal. I thought that was one of the best releases like overall from the camp, and you know, like the back and forth between Ruck and Rock, that's like the 2 illest to me on the mic, like together, you know. And the production I felt was like, you know, the Beat Miner's best. And you know, my favorite will always be like the Flow the Fly, Let the Brains Blow, the Wiggy, you know, Operation Lockdown with the video with the second video with them in the park, and they like you know, Sean Price got like the makeup on his face and all that, and you know, that's one of my favorite albums of all time. And a great album. Definitely love it. I think I could be number 1 easily, but that's my number 2.
Great, bro.
So we're number 2, right?
Yeah.
This is hard, man. This is really fucking hard. Jesus Christ. But like you guys said, it could change tomorrow, you know, depending on the mood. But number 2, I'm about to get to Enter the Stage, man. Just like Kill said, man, the lo-fi, the rawness of the album. It's funny, Kill, because a lot of, you know, I remember Evil D in the interview, he was saying how, you know, a lot of fans want them to go back to that old sound, the old Enter the Stage. But it was like, yo, like when we made that album, we was hungry, we was broke, we was doing like shit that we had no business doing. We don't want to go through those times again. So that's why I was like, they would never like, I guess, make an album like that again. I mean, you'll like kind of like revisit it, but it's never gonna be like that ever again. And like just like the mistakes that they were making on the album, but it sounds great now. But you know, back then, like you said, they didn't know what they were doing, but it sounded good to me. I just love that gritty lo-fi shit and killed and you know, Mike and Chris know because I make beats myself too. And so like my style is pretty much like that lo-fi gritty cassette 2-track feel to some of my beats and stuff. Um Powerful Impact where when they use the Baby Huey sample, the Busta Rhymes sample, niggas talk shit. Oh my god, like that shit. Whoo, like those horns, the Tina Turner drums and the have you heard the remix with the Bitches Brew sample by Miles Davis? Yeah, it came in like 96. It's cool, but the original kills that shit off the water. Who Got the Props? Act Like You Want It. The original Buck 'Em Down. Just like how they filtered the Wind Parade samples. Just sounds so deep. I love that shit. Black Smif-N-Wessun, you know, Smif-N-Wesson's first appearance on Wax. I mean, they just go in on that joint. Like I could just imagine the video. The niggas like in a cold dead winter with they packing heat. You know what I'm saying? I can just picture that shit. Sun Get Wrecked. Oh my god, 5FT kills that shit. That line where he says, where the girl got gang raped in the projects, left them 3 months pregnant. I'm like, God damn, son. Like, that's a Brooklyn I remember. Like, because back then in Brooklyn, it like you couldn't just go to any neighborhood. Like, you had to know somebody to go to certain neighborhoods. It's not like that no more. Right now, New York is all gentrified Disneyland type shit. I ain't feeling that, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, make money, slave. Yeah, how many MCs? You the man. I mean, the whole fucking album is dope, man. I could listen to it. I could listen to the whole album like without skipping a track. Like that's how dope it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing too. 'Cause I know Kill, you're a producer. Cause you know they were using the SP1200 and the S950 or the S900, right? Which one was it?
Probably was using the SP12 and the S950. Yeah.
Yeah. How I'm amazed because like you know the SP1200 has like a certain sound like the aliasing, like when you use certain samples. I was amazed you didn't hear that through the album. It was just so.
I'm amazed that anybody who used the SP1200.
Yeah.
The first time I got
so
on it, I was frustrated by that shit, man. Like 10-second sample time, like nah, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anybody, in fact, I got this book that's about the SP12.
I have that too.
And it's just, you know, when you listen to some of these people talk about using the SP, it's like, you know what I mean? I'll never forget, Al was saying Muggs used to have like 6 SPs lined up next to each other to make one beat. You know, which is why he got on the ASR 10. Because like, yo, I'm gonna fuck with this. If you gotta do all that to make one song, I'm gonna get on this keyboard. And that was my same way of thinking when my man got an SP12 and I would fuck with it. I'm like, I don't like this. I got the ASR 10. You know what I mean? So yeah, I see with the EPS. Yeah.
That's dope having 2 producers on the show, man. That's fire.
I'm gonna go into the beat miners and how slept on them. Everything that they did
definitely
for the game with the low filters, with the filtering of bass lines and just the stuff that they did was just, you know, it's nothing now, but at that time to be doing it, man, come on, man. These dudes was on some next shit for real.
Shit, filtering is non-existent in music today. I still filter my joints.
I just filtered something the other night, and it's funny. I played it for the MC, and he was like, "Yo, what the fuck is that?" I'm like, "That's old shit, man."
If he only knew.
Yeah, and for people watching, filtering is where you could take a sample and you just take all the highs out of it. You know what I mean? So a lot of that boot camp click, you would hear that shit where like you would just hear this humming bass line, and then like maybe for the chorus they would unfilter it, and you would hear the horns. So that's basically what filtering was. Almost everybody was doing it. A good example that most people would know is Dead Presidents. If you listen to Jay's Dead Presidents,
Yes.
filters out the piano, and you just hear the bass line where Jay is rapping, and then every now and then he'll unfilter it to bring the pianos up. But that's what filtering is.
Yes, sir.
Word.
So what's your number one, B?
All right. My number one, Black Moon. Enter the stage, yo. 1993, man. Oh man, classic. I got you open. I like the album version the most. Just like y'all said, man. That shit is fire, man. Niggas talk shit. Oh, that chorus is so fucking hype, man. That's a bomb ass chorus. Buck 'em down, grimy, gritty shit. You the Man, featuring Havoc and Drew Ha. I think that nigga's only rapping appearance he ever made, which is kind of good because he wasn't that good. But shout out to Drew Ha, man. Definitely. Who got the props is like that's a Brooklyn anthem. That's a Brooklyn anthem. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. This was like the New York resurgence, along with Enter the 36 and the Infamous and all that shit. You know what I mean? Because the West Coast was killing shit for a while, and this really helped bring that gritty shit New York back. And phenomenal, man. Buck. This when Buck was in his bag. Buck was really killing shit lyrically. I'm not a fan of the BDI Thug album or nothing like that, but this is my shit. This in Warzone. This in Warzone, man. Yeah, man. Masterpiece. What can I say, man? 5 out of 5. I get this shit 5 out of 5. Classic, man. Peace to Buck, Evil D, and 5 Foot, man.
Yeah.
My favorite boot camp Clik album of all time, yo. Enter the stage. Real grimy, dusty production that I love too, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Hell yeah. Peace to the hardcore niggas. Fuck the rest.
Right. Yeah, my number one joint, gotta go with Smif-N-Wessun Dah Shinin. This shit right here, probably, for me personally, probably a top 10 hip-hop album ever for me. You know what I mean? This is winter Timberland soundtrack music. Like, you can't even listen to this in the summertime. It don't even feel right. You know what I mean? If your sunroof is open, this is not the time to be listening to this album. If you ain't got on a bubble coat and a Scully on and everything, I just remember the first time hearing Bucktown, man. Just that horn sample just had me. You know what I mean? And then just the way Still Intact, like, that's why it's just something about, it's something special about the Boot Camp Clik, because the energy that Ruck and Rock had, you seldomly find that in crews. You know what I mean? To look at the energy that Tekken still had. You know what I mean? Like, to find that kind of energy, and I think you put it best where it's like the Road Warriors, it's like Animal and Hawk, it's like the Rock and Roll Express. You know what I mean? It's like just certain tag teams that just got that energy. And I remember another book that cats don't have. I'm an avid reader on hip hop. Check the Technique by Brian Coleman. It's a real dope book. It talks about how so many of our favorite 90s hip hop albums were made, and they talk about the Shinin being made, and they were just saying how, there you go. Yep, that's number 2. I
need to get part 2, the one you have. This is part 1.
Yeah, and then even before that, it was a book called Rakim Told Me.
Yes.
By Brian Coleman. But they talked about how Tekken still, for a lot of people who may not be in the studio, it's like when you on the mic, it's kind of like you do your part, then you sit down and we'll come back. What they were saying with Tekken still, they would just be on the same microphone. Like, they would be in the booth together, which is like it's almost unheard of. Like, you just don't do that, but it was just that energy that they had that they brought to the table. So, I mean, everything on here, Rec Time, One Time, Recognize, Soundboy Burial, the remix, the video version, which to me is even crazier than the original. Keep It Moving, Bucktown, Stand Strong, Session at the Dog Hill. I mean, Hallucinate. Like, everything on this album to me was just, crazy, man. And what I was talking about earlier, that other crews would say they sold out for it, but it sounded good for them. One of my favorite remixes on here, it's not on here, is for Recognize. You know what I mean? Where they just take the Grover Washington, just the two of us sample. And in the book, they were saying that Still produced that because Still went to Evil and was like, yo, I want to use this. And Evil D was like, nah, I ain't fucking with that. Like, I'm not just looping just the two of us. Like fucking Will Smith just used that shit like for a song with him and his kid. Like, no, I'm not looping just the two of us. You know, like we don't do that, you know, and that's why I still got the production credit for it, but I love it. You know what I mean? And for them, it wasn't a sellout song. Like, I love that remix. Whereas somebody else rhyming over just the two of us after Will Smith just did it, that's some Puffy Trackmaster sellout shit. You know what I mean? But the boot camp Clik was, and then the video was crazy for it too. Like, you know what I mean?
The rooftop and shit. Yeah.
On the roof, they just chilling. They like got the little chairs. I think Spike Lee directed. Our dudes would be like, "Oh nah, you rhyming over that." But you hear Smif-N-Wessun over just the two of us. It sounds beautiful, man. It ain't no sellout. It ain't nothing. It's just like, yo, these dudes is it. And you know, again, one of the dopest groups, I think one of the dopest crews, my personal favorite over Wu. Can't be mad at anybody choosing Wu, you know what I mean? But I think the thing that really hurt them was when they split with the Beat Miners. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
When they tried to do the For the People album, you know, and for a lot of times when people, I really dissect hip hop, and around that time, there was a lot of sampling lawsuits. So I think what a lot of people were trying to do was get away from sampling. And that's why when you listen to that For the People album, there's no samples. It's all like keyboards.
Like organic production.
Yeah, and that's what they tried to go away from that. And it's like, that's why so many artists during that time kind of fell off, because they were trying to save that money from all that sampling clearance and trying to do it themselves. But I always tell people, you know, it's the mistake you make. If you want to do something like that, you need to hire some people who can replicate what you want to do instead of you trying to do that shit yourself. Because what a lot of people have, when they be in the studio, be looking over your shoulder like, oh, okay, I could do that. I'm gonna do the beats. You know what I mean? Nah, nigga, you can't. You know, everybody can't do that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just an amazing album. This is actually a 12-inch, a 45, a Home Sweet Home. It's before they were able to put the whole album artwork with the eye behind it. So that was the OG shot of it. It's just got the Home Sweet Home, the Home Sweet Home instrumental. But yeah, man, just a classic album. Like I said, top 10 hip hop album of all time for me. And I'm an old head. Like I go back to 83, 82 with hip hop. So this shit means a lot. That's top 10, but that's my number one.
That's my number one too. Smif-N-Wessun Dah Shinin, great album, top 10 of all time to me. I love the back and forth with Steel and Tech, and you know the production was the best from the Beat Miners, and you know the tracks. The recognized video they actually shot around my way, like a block away from my house. So I remember, when it was filming that, and everything like Kill said, like this is like a winter album, you know, like when it's like 0 below outside and you wearing your 40 below Timbs and your bubble vest or your bubble coat, and you know this is the type of album that you want to be bumping in your you know, back when we had Discmans and all that, you know, we didn't even have iPod back then. It's a great album, classic. I love the songs, Recognize, Soundboy Burial, you know, One Time, Catch Wreck. Every song on here is classic. I don't feel like there's any skippable tracks on this. And that's my number one, man. Like great album. I love Boot Camp. I love, you know, all the artists. I support all of them. Yeah, I feel like they're slept on collective, and you know, they definitely deserve their props.
Facts.
Tim's old season for ass kicking reason.
Right.
That's my shit.
Yeah. Even that John, when he said protect my home, protect my dome, because that's where my home's at. You know what I mean? Like
that's deep shit.
They had their shit. You know, the sad part is again, you know, wishing people could work out, you know, whatever the business differences were in hip hop. That's one of the things I feel like really hurt the hip hop culture, was so many of our groups breaking up. You know what I mean? When you look back at all these groups that we had that, you know, we grew up listening to in our foundation of hip hop, having to break up and not being able to work through, because to me, you know, Smif-N-Wessun did that album with Pete Rock. I love Pete Rock's beats to death, and there was some bangers on there, but it just didn't have that boot camp sound. You know what I mean? Like even now I heard Ninth Wonder's doing a boot camp. I mean, a Smif-N-Wessun album. just not the boot camp sound. Like, you know, and the sad part is I haven't heard a beat from Evil and Walt in probably over 10 years.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they still got the boot camp sound, but it's just one of those things where like niggas be like, oh, new Wu album. I'm like, if RZA ain't produce it, to me, it ain't a Wu album. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like, yo, new Tribe Called Quest produced by somebody else. It's like if Tip and Dilla ain't do it, to me, it ain't a Tribe album. You know what I mean? Like, so that I wish, you know, that would be a reunion that I would really love to see. You know, for them to all get back together, because we never really got that posse boot camp album that I think we all were waiting for, that we thought For the People was gonna be. We never got that, you know, and I would love to see that come to fruition.
Right.
I don't know how your brothers feel, but I was never a fan of the Representative niggas, man. I just couldn't rock with them.
To be honest, I never even heard them, B. I never even heard them.
That album goes for stupid money online too.
Yeah, man. It's not couldn't rock with them niggas. Just couldn't rock with them.
Yeah, my number one, I mean, just like everybody else, man, The Shining, man. Just like Kill and Chris said, man, is that cold, that 0 below winter. It's not even snowing. It's so cold that it's smoky. That's cold. My bad. Yeah, somebody tried calling me and shit. But yeah, it's so cold. Like you see the smoke in the sky. Like that's how cold that shit is. Like that's the feeling I get with this album, man. You know, with this album, I feel like the beat might have stepped the game up on this album. The sample choices got even wider. They started sampling more soul, more R&B joints, but they made it rugged, and that's what I liked about it. Tim's hook check, best way to start the album, Wreck Time, One Time, the video where they play out the Shining movie. I mean, that's a classic Stephen King movie. Love that. Love Rich Black, man, he's like one of my favorite beat-minded producers, but it's just sad that his catalog isn't as big as Evil D and Mr. Waltz, but that's a whole different topic. Soundboy and Burial, Keep It Moving. Oh my God, I love that joint. Bucktown, you can't go wrong with that. Stand Strong. Probably one of my favorites is Next Shit. I love that joint. That's with the drums and that sample. I forgot the name of the sample, but that shit is tough.
Which one?
Next Shit, Shining, Next Shit.
Oh yeah,
number 9, track 9. I love that joint, man. What else? Session at the Dog Hilly. I believe that was original Gunn Clappaz' first appearance on Wax, if I'm not mistaken.
That wasn't it. It was Soundboy Burial, because remember, Strang is on that.
True. That's true. Hallucination, Home Sweet Home. I know you said you didn't really care for Home Sweet Home, right?
I mean, that was just because it was just the simple loop of, you know, Brooklyn baby. You know what I mean?
Right. No, I feel you. The only song I could have done without, I mean, it's not a bad song, but it's not a song I listen to, is Wipe Your Mouth. I didn't care for that song too much.
It's stupid long too.
Yeah, it is. Recognize track 4, Recognize. It's cool, but it's not a whack song, but it's not a song I go to all the time. But PNC, my nigga.
That's the shit.
Yo, that song with the one-way sample, the Get It Over joint, yo, like, that is so Brooklyn. Like, you can't get more Brooklyn than that. I can just imagine New York back in like 81, niggas with oh my God, that shit is just so dope. Like, you know, just him talking about, you know, the boys that, you know, his boys that got killed, you know what I mean? Just, you know, a dedication. It's just so dope. Like, a dope way to end the album. My only gripe was just not a bad thing. I mean, you can find a track on the internet. Is Nothing Moved But the Cash, which is such a shame because they couldn't clear the Heatwave sample, the Star of a Story sample. They couldn't clear it, so it was supposed to be on the album, but it didn't make the album, which is unfortunate. But it did come out as a 12-inch, like a white label. I think like 95, 96. But that shit, if that was on the album, I mean, and the source, the fucking source, the criminal
worst rate.
Yes,
Three mics.
Really?
Crazy.
A fucking travesty.
Yeah. But you know what? At least I give them this though. they weren't scared to put their name on the article. Nowadays, niggas that be on the internet like Hip Hop DX, whoever do the reviews, you don't see their names.
Yeah.
You don't see their names.
That's the problem with the game now anyway, because back in those days, if you know, I'm sure it was like this in New York, it was like this in Philly. I used to go to B Street, fucking over by Albee Square Mall. The people who worked there were DJs. Like, they loved the, you know, versus these people now. And I always tell people, if you're doing anything hip hop and you don't have somebody on staff over at least 40, you lose it. You lose it. Like, you know, you can't. It's the same way I tell niggas. You don't see nobody on ESPN on camera under 40. Why? Because the motherfuckers they ain't gonna know shit about the game. You know what I mean? All the people who are on camera are older people because they need to be able to reference back in the day. The Sports Center was Jamel and Mike, and they was probably 38, 39. They probably on the cusp of 40. You know what I mean? Right. So that's the problem. You know, these dudes, I saw something, Complex just did a list, the dopest producers for every year in hip hop. Yo, how Primo ain't get a year?
That's crazy.
Oh Lord. Yo,
Primo didn't get 1 year. Not one.
Not 1 year?
Didn't get 1 year. RZA got 2. Kanye got 5.
What?
Even Earth Tone 3. Earth Tone 3. Which is Big Boy, Mr. D, and Outkast. They got a year. But Primo don't get no year? I tweeted the other day, like, what do y'all do? Do y'all have editors at these websites, or do y'all just type and pray to God y'all get shit right? Because how Primo or Pete Rock or Alchemist don't get 1 year? Do you know how much output Alchemist puts out?
Yeah.
Yo, for Al not to get a year, son.
Alchemist, Pete Rock, and DJ Premier did not get a year. That just lets me know y'all niggas don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. Y'all are out here on the internet Googling shit. Y'all are Googling, you know, well, who was popping that year. If you was only 5 in 96, you can't write for my site. You like, you can't. You know what I mean?
Hey, yo, but Kill, these complex niggas, man, they're hipsters, yo.
Yeah.
You know? Oh man, son. Like,
but that's what I mean. But that's taking that all the way back to the source. That article is what made me start paying attention to who wrote the reviews. Because all the way up into that article, I just read the source, looked at the mic ratings, woo, woo, woo. When I saw that, I was like, okay, I gotta now start paying attention to these niggas. Because obviously this nigga here don't know what the fuck he's talking about. So I need to now start paying attention. And that's when I started to peep the names like Dream Hampton and Tanya Pendleton and, you know what I mean, different names, and knowing their names, because it was like, after that, yo, how you could give that 3 mics, that's one of those times. I'm not no violent type nigga, but those were one of them times they should have went to the office and beat somebody the fuck down for 3. That's one of those times they should have done an Ice Cube with the baseball bat up in the stores. And that's one of them times. Because they was infamous. These new school dudes don't know about them days in the 90s when cats was coming up to record labels and magazines, you know, dumping dudes because of their mic ratings and everything like that. That was dude should have got jumped for that.
Facts.
Like, for the naked truth to get 5 mics, but
dude, I had to argue with my boy about that shit.
Oh my nigga.
Like, Hardcore should have got 5 mics if that was the case.
I love
that's
Hardcore.
Our best album.
That's our best album. Again, when we start dissecting things in hip hop, right around that time, that 95, 96 time is when payola became very heavy in hip hop. You know what I mean? I did college radio from 93 to 2000 in Morgan and Baltimore. I was even getting paid to play stuff. So a college radio station that only comes on from midnight to 5 in the morning, that's what started to open up my eyes to this whole game. Everything is payola. You know what I'm saying? Everything in the game has always been about numbers. In the 90s, it was numbers about how many records you moving. Now it's still numbers, but it's how many views do you got? How many followers do you got? But we still living in a society that's all about the numbers. If you only you have the dopest podcast in the world, but if you only got 10 views, nobody's gonna look at it.
Oh yeah.
You can have the wackest, dumbest shit in the world on YouTube. If you got 100,000 views, then people gonna look at it. you know, and it's the same thing that they was fighting for back in the 90s as far as record reports. I remember when they used to start saying this album shipped platinum. So you didn't even sell it. It's just that we shipped out 1 million copies. Nobody brought it. So it just always has been about numbers. You know what I'm saying? And the only difference is now is it's just about views instead of about being record sales. That's all.
Yeah.
That's the only difference.
Very true. And didn't Benzino try to give himself 5 mics?
Who?
Oh
yeah,
Benzino.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you own the magazine, you should give yourself 5 mics. I mean, you know, that, I mean, you should, you know, if it's yours. But because there's no way you're going to get another good rating. Benzino wasn't never going to get no dope rating. You know what I mean? So to me, you can't even rate your old album. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's the wild part with that. But yeah, man, that was the most, to me, to this day, the worst record review or mic rating in the history of the Source was giving that 3.5 mics, man.
Right. I agree. Tripping a 5, yo, because that album is just timeless. What do y'all think of the that Southmore albums, man? I know you like Warzone. I love Warzone.
Warzone is dope. Love that.
But I'm not too big on the Cocoa Brothers joint, man. Or the Magnum Force is just too many fucking skits, yo. Too many skits.
Yo, funny thing with Magnum Force, Kill, what you said about the sampling. I remember watching the interview on YouTube or with Heltah Skeltah around that time, like 97, 98. During the making of the Magnum Force album, he was saying, Sean Price was saying how he was trying to stay away from the sampling, like he wanted to try new sounds. So he was trying to hear in the monthly, like you talked about the filtering. He was trying to hear like all the beats all sound the same with the filtering bass. He wanted something like more live and shit like that. And you already know that didn't work out for him for that album.
Yeah, and the wild part is that Cocoa Brothers joint. My beef with that, same thing, the production and the joint I love on there is the joint Spanish Harlem with Hurricane G.
That was dope.
Tony Touch, which again, beat miners. You know what I mean? So that there you go, you know. And again, at that time, I was living in Atlanta at the time. And again, that 97, 98 year for hip hop, it was that cusp of, I remember coming home with a whole bunch of sophomore albums, expecting one thing and getting another. You know what I mean? I remember buying Mike Geronimo's sophomore album.
Oh man.
Yo, what the fuck? You know, and I remember this because I'm in Atlanta, I'm on the train, I'm buying, you know, Cocoa Brothers' second album, Letdown. I'm buying Mike Geronimo's second album, Letdown. I'm buying Jay-Z's second album. Half of that shit with Blackstreet and Foxy Brown and, you know, Lil' Kim. It's like half of this album is a letdown. So it was just a lot of people's sophomore albums. Hip hop was changing at a point where I think a lot of people didn't know which way to go. You know, and you touched on it earlier about people's insecurities.
Yeah.
Know which way to go. They didn't know who to be. You know what I mean? So Jay was trying to get Big's formula. That's why half that album is crazy with Friend of Foe 2 and Streets is Watching. Yeah. But then you also got Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown and Babyface and Blackstreet. So everybody's trying to figure out their way at that time, you know. So that was my thing with the Cocoa Brothers. Love Warzone. To be honest with you, I never even listened to Magnum Force. When I saw the beat didn't do nothing, I was like, I'm good. I was like,
honestly, Kill, you're not missing much.
Guns and Ones though. Guns and One with Meth, that's the best shit, yo. Guns and Ones.
For me, it's Forget Me Nots. That was produced by Granddaddy IU. That shit is fucking crack.
That's just dope too.
Yeah, but other than that,
after that For the People album, I was like, nah, if this the route you go. And it's funny because, you know, people always say that hip hop fans are fickle. And this is where I argue with a lot of people. My thing is this: if you make dope shit, I'll support you.
Yeah.
That's the moral to the story. And guess what? You could try and see it's how the artists try to play this mind trick on the consumer where it's like, oh, well, you're not allowing me to try new shit. Well, if your new shit is whack, I'm not buying it. So it's really that cut and dry. You know what I mean? Because Outkast has tried new shit all the time, but it's always been dope for me at least. You know what I mean?
I'm with you, brother.
So at the end of the day, if I decide to say, you know what, screw all these records, I ain't sampling no more. I'm gonna teach myself how to play the piano. My nigga, y'all ain't gonna like my beats because I don't know how to play the fucking piano. So at the end of the day, you got to know you could try to do new stuff, but if it's whack, I'm not buying it. It's the same thing. Like maybe you like fucking Applebee's steaks. If they stop making a steak the same way, you're gonna stop going because it's not appetizing, it's not pleasuring to you. You know what I mean? And so many times people are like, oh, rap fans are fickle. No, just make dope shit and we here for it. You know what I mean? But when you want to try and go out, like you said, you know, you want to try to dip the sample police. Here's the hard part of it. To make hip hop, it costs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It costs. You're going to have to pay for them samples. You know what I mean? That's part of the game. Yeah. You know, or you could do this. You got a lot of producers who've been in the game for 20 plus years. I've always wondered. I mean, I know if I was Premier, I would have been taking piano lessons all these years. I would have been taking bass lessons. I would have been like, yo, I want to learn how to play some of this shit. So you could adapt to the game if you want. You know what I mean? You just gotta be able to do that. You know what I mean? But that whole you know, I want to try something new, some new sounds. Okay, well, when this shit is whack and nobody buy it, don't get mad at us. You know, because with the white people, they support the Rolling Stones. I tell niggas, don't tell me that shit. Give me a white person who likes the Rolling Stones. You break that shit down to me. You know what I mean? But I'm tired of niggas always being like, oh, the Rolling Stones, Rolling Stone. Nigga, you ain't never heard no Rolling Stone song. You know what I mean? Yeah. Always want to talk that Rolling Stone shit. But yeah, I mean, that was my thing with the boot camp click. Like, yo, I'm from Philly. I love the Roots. Not no more. I don't fuck with them niggas no more.
Philadelphia, Things That Fall Apart is like a Bible to me, man. And Do You Want More?
Those two joints. And after that, it's been fucking ups and downs. And like I said, if the Roots don't ever make another album, I'm not mad about that.
Yeah. I shot my cousin, nigga, like, oh my Lord. Son.
Yeah, and then you shoot your man, stop it. Just stop it. But that's why I was giving Sean P so much props, because again, he was that one artist from the 90s, for me at least, who I still was hype for his like it was like, yo, when is that new P coming? You know, not on some shit like, oh, if the Roots put out an album, I'll listen to it. Shit, niggas will listen to anything. I'm talking about, are you hype for it? You know what I mean? And that's like Sean P. You know what I mean?
Yo, what's your thoughts on Organics? Their first
I like that shit.
I never heard it.
It was alright. For me, I was never into that jazzy shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I really didn't like People's Instinctives like that with Tribe. I thought it was cool. Like it was cool. Yeah. Like, of course, I like Bonita and all that shit, but I'm what, in the 11th grade. I'm in the streets. I'm not, these niggas dressing fucking crazy. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. You left your wallet. Now I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You know what I mean? Now, the Can I Kick It remix with the Baby Huey drums. Now we talking some boom bap. And then I see Check the Rhyme, and I'm like, okay, these niggas in Queens, they dressing normal again. Okay, I'm rocking with them. Same thing with the Roots. I wasn't a big fan of Do You Want More? I mean, it was cool. Proceed was cool, but I'm more into that boom bap. There you go, right there. That Revised Quest. That joint, now the remix for Benito on that with the Between the Sheets samples is crazy. That's stupid. You know, but Organics, that was just too snazzy, jazzy, you know, rapping, rap shit for me.
Like you say, Kill, too light in the ass, yo.
Too light in the ass. Too light. And it's not that I wanted them to be talking about guns or nothing, but you listen to Philadelphia, that's what I wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You hear clones, you hear sections, you hear concerto, like that's what I mean. I don't mean light in the ass like I want you to shoot up the block. I'm just saying them drums, them beats, like you listen to the original Can I Kick It, which is dope, but you listen to the remix with the Baby Huey, it's on a whole nother level. And it's similar to what was happening with Buckshot. You could tell, like, okay, boom, because that was the last single to come off for People's Instinctives, was that video. So that was the perfect lead in to Check the Rhyme and what they were going to be coming with for the Low End Theory, you know? But like Tip said, they was making that album, he was 14 or 15. You know what I mean? Which is fucking amazing. For a 14 or 15-year-old to be able to make People's Instinctives, that's some next level genius shit. You know what I mean? So I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying that just wasn't, I wasn't really into that bohemian fucking incense scene like that and shit, you know?
Yeah, because at that time, they didn't start using the SP until like, what, 91, right?
Probably. See, I don't know. A lot of that stuff was pause tapes for People's Instinctives. Because again, you're talking about kids who are 14, 15. Man, I work with teens. I can't imagine my teenagers making music like that. Like seriously, like really think about that. You know, some of us got kids that are teenagers that I can't. My daughter about to be 13. I can't imagine her being in the studio making Bonita Applebum. Like that's amazing. You know what I mean? But it's always as a producer, it's how you get in your bag. Like Tip got into his bag on Low End Theory. You know what I mean? Like he understood it. The Beatnuts got into their bag on Smif-N-Wessun album. Like they got it. Like we got it. You know, Pete got into his bag on probably in the Mecca and Main Ingredient. You know what I mean? Like all these producers had that time when you just, it's like a ball player where you just now you get it. Like you got it. You know how to run the team. It just comes natural. And that's why we had these classic albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But also too, it's also the time period too, because nowadays I feel like more doesn't also necessarily mean good too, because back then there was a lot of limited access to certain shit, because like for example, like the ASR 10, the EPS 16 plus, when them shits first came out, they were like $2,500.
Yeah.
And wages at that time was like, I could imagine what, like $4 an hour or some shit, depending on the SP 1200, I think it was like 2 stacks.
Yeah.
The 60 was like 3 stacks. Same thing with the 3000. So it's like at that time, like it made you want to learn the equipment and put out your best shit. And then also too, there was no such thing as home studios unless you was making that bread, and you had to pay for studio time. So you couldn't just fuck around. Like nowadays, I see cats on social media, they be like paying out like the whole day of the studio, just fuck around, smoking, drinking, fucking bitch, which is all good, but like it affects the creativity of music. And I feel like back then it's like there was no time to waste, man. And cats, you know, I think people would take shit for advantage, and it shows in the music. That's my personal opinion.
It's not just that, it's with putting that kind of cash up, you're putting a type of investment into,
right.
You know what I mean? When I was at Morgan in 92, we wanted the SP12. Like you said, that thing was 3 stacks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you spend $3,000 when you're in college and don't get a car or don't go low shopping or don't, you know what I mean? Like that's a huge investment, where now if you get a new iPhone, you get freaking GarageBand. You got people making beats on their phones now. So that's the thing. I always tell people, for Morgan, from 92 to 96, there was 5 producers on Morgan's campus. You either had to come see me, my man Bezo, my man Shy, my man a kid called Roots, or my man Black. It was 5 of us. Kid called Roots from Queens. 5.
Yes.
Bet money you go on Morgan campus right now, there's 50 producers in one dorm. You know what I mean? So, and everybody's trying to do it. So at that point, you had to take and make an investment into yourself to say, man, if I'm really going to spend $3,000 on this machine, I'm really going to invest my time into these beats. Whereas now, if I just get an iPad, I'm a producer. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, that's it's too easy. There's nothing to work for. You know, being at the radio station for all the years, my DJs had to carry all this vinyl. Now everybody's a DJ because all you need is Serato. You know what I mean? So it's become easier for everybody. My friends who are photographers, they're pissed because it's like niggas got iPhones now. Now they photographers. You know what I mean? So all the creatives are pissed because now everybody is coming in, dipping into our money. You know what I mean? You got people, professional web photographers. Oh, I need $3,000 for your wedding. Oh, well, I got this young boy who's gonna do it for $500. Well, it's your wedding. Your picture's gonna look $500. But so that's the problem. Is just the access is here now. You know what I mean? So that's the other hard part about it too.
Facts.
Did y'all see the second season of Hip Hop Evolution yet?
I'm watching it now. I'm watching.
Good.
Oh, yo, when Extra P took the SP out and started fucking around, I was like, oh man, this nigga just playing around. He making a 5B.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't wait to see that. That's that. Now, I just watched the joint about the 80s, like with Scott and Native Tongues and all of them.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. That with
okay.
Yeah, it's the next joint with Large Pro.
Yeah.
He's another one that gets slept on, man.
Oh
He's so fucking underrated, man.
I agree, yo. I agree.
Large Pro, and a lot of people don't know about the boy Paul C.
Yes.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Paul C.
Yeah, who was Paul's Large Pro's mentor and taught him how to use the SP and did a lot of stuff for Ultramagnetic, you know what I mean? Who did stuff for Super Lovers C and Casanova Rudd out of Astoria, Queens. You know what I mean? Who was doing stuff for Organized Confusion, who was murdered. I want to say he was murdered in maybe 90. You know what I mean?
89, 90, yeah.
Yeah. And I had Poe on my podcast once, Prince Poe from Organized. Very, very dope interview about how he went to Paul's house the next day and the cops arrested him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because it was like, this is a white kid, and then here comes this black dude, like, yo, where's Paul? Paul's dead. Why the fuck are you here? And they took him in for questioning. You know, people thought Super and Rudd had something to do with it because they used to sell back in the day. So they was like, oh, well, y'all had something to do with it. But Paul C is definitely, for people out there who don't know Paul C, please just Google is your friend. You know what I mean? Yeah. Very dope producer. In fact, he was the first producer, if I'm not mistaken, to use this skull break on Steezo's It's My Turn. You know what I mean? Trust me, if you ever heard of Eric Sermon beat, you've heard this break beat before. I mean, they did it on Das's album like 100 times. So trust me, you've heard the skull snap break.
Yeah, Lars Pro, he got Paul C's spirit all over him, man.
Do you know why he got murked though? Like, I looked into it. I can't find nothing about it.
Nobody really knows. I've heard stories. I mean, there's all the rumors. There's rumors, like I said, with Super and Rudd that they used to sell drugs. But the story that I heard, to me, that's the most believable is I think his wife or something at the time was doing some shady shit and may have had him murdered.
Oh, it's terrible, yo.
Yeah, like on some old for his life insurance policy type thing.
Damn.
And the wild part is, it's on Instagram. I'll see if I can find them. They have these people who are trying to do a documentary on him, and they were saying that they get death threats, like, you know, don't make this movie type thing. Like they get death threats.
Shit.
You know? And they're like, nah, we still gonna make the movie, you know. So, you know, something, you know, even though this happened in 90. It's 2000, almost 19, and people are sending out death threats about, you know, telling the man's story and trying to figure out who did it, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's his bug, yo.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man. That's so sad, man. It's always with hip hop artists, man, that gets killed. Like the murders never solved. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it's always the dope ones. Like, we don't know, like, fucking Tone Loc don't get killed or nobody like that. Like, not that I want Tone Loc killed, but I'm just saying, you know, we losing Biggie and Pac and Big L. We still got Vanilla Ice. We still got, you know what I mean? Like, we got all the whack ones, but all the dope ones are, you know, not here anymore, man. You know, but, you know, that's the hard part about the game, man. But, you know, I to this day, man, I would just love that Boot Camp Reunion album. You know what I mean? Like, I would love that shit. I don't know if y'all saw him on Drink Champs, but that was a dope interview too. You know what I mean?
Shit.
Yeah, they were on Drink Champs. You know?
Shit,
I was hoping they would go into why they broke up, because it's like Evil D, Still, Tech, and somebody, I think Drew High. They didn't go into it, but you know, it was still a dope interview. You know what I mean?
It's probably a sensitive topic.
Yeah, and probably at the end of the day, probably just had to deal with money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No doubt.
That's what it was all going down for. One thing that a lot of people don't think about, and it's funny, when I was at the radio station, like different groups would come down, take us out. Gangstar took us out one day, and and Guru was saying how it's fucked up that Premier can go out and produce for everybody he wants to, but he has to get permission from his label in order to rhyme on somebody's shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you see the liner notes, it's like, you know, Guru is, you know, is here courtesy of, you know, the record label or whatever like that. And
I noticed that.
It's hard to, as an MC, to get your money when you have to go to your label and ask for permission to say, can I get on, you know, this person's project? I'm not just able to do it off of that. Right. And that's, you know, to me, where a lot of those groups broke up. You know what I mean? Pete and CL, because this producer is going to be getting more money than the MC, you know. Right. And, you know, I think the reason why Gangstar stayed together so long was because Guru was able to go off and do his jazzmatazz and, you know, go and do his thing and then come back. But for a lot of these MCs, you know, nobody really want to hear CL Smooth without Pete Rock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So while Pete doing all these remixes and getting all this money, and now Pete got a new crib, and Pete got 4 cars, and Pete got this, and CL don't got nothing because the album didn't even sell like that. You know, you get into them problems where money, you know, comes into play, and you got your peoples in your ear like, man, I thought that was your man. Why he got the big 4-bedroom house with the pool, and you still living in, you know, in the Vernon, and you know what I mean? So I think that's why a lot of our heroes that we grew up on, you know, broke up.
Yeah.
You know, but it's definitely a sad topic because, and then by the time they get together, it's too late. You know what I mean? Like we moved on.
Yep.
Yeah, the way Guru went out was I was sad. I was mad and sad at the same time. Just like how yeah, I hate that motherfucker, man. I hate that dude so much, man. Just the way, oh my god, like just the stories I've heard is like, nah, come on, man, nah, this can't be true. Like how Solo would slap up Guru and all that shit, like interrupt him in interviews. It's like, oh come on,
man. I can't picture that nigga trying to sung Guru though. I
that's
can't
what I'm
picture that.
saying, son. It's like I hope that's not true, man.
I know, yo. I could imagine.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But you know, it's you know, I wish, you know, because hip hop went through all these different phases and because the industry went through so many different phases, you know, that's the messed up part about it. You know what I mean? That, you know, we don't really have too much of the hip hop culture left. We just got music left. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Facts.
Them Griselda boys.
Yeah.
Niggas stop sleeping, niggas. Stop sleeping.
They better, man, because you talking about great material every time out the gate.
Yeah. Did you get your food yet, my G? Did you get your food copy?
What do you think, man? Hell no, I ain't get the food. That's one thing about Griselda I got beef with, man. I ordered that in August. It's October. It's about to be November. And I still didn't get it. You know what I mean?
I got it luckily because one of my viewers hooked me up, but I had open claims against these niggas to get my more steroids, son.
Yo, man,
you know?
It's like them dudes is the slowest shipping out niggas in the world. I'm at the point where it'll just come one day. You know, it'll be Christmas time and I go to the mailbox and
like next year and shit.
It'll be, you know, I'm sure they'll have them at the show tomorrow for like $60 or something crazy.
That's another thing that pisses me off too.
What's that?
Agree.
What's that?
West Side ships early though. It's the only nigga in Griselda that is at a timely fashion, yo. That's the only dude.
And then I seen Conway post on IG the other day, like, yo, my bad, I've been out of town. Yo, send an email with your order and we gonna get these out now. That was 2 weeks ago and I still ain't got it. Like, so I'm like, it'll come. You know, for me, as long as I'm banging it, you know, good looking for that too, my G.
Oh, you already know, my nigga. I'm the Griselda hookup.
As long as I'm banging it, I'm good. I gotta send y'all a link to. I just did this Griselda mixtape. It's 50 joints, man. I just listen to it every day.
Just send me that, Kill.
Oh yeah.
Send me that, Kill. Yeah.
Kill. I still want to hear the Sauce Money, the original version of that Sauce Money album.
I wish I could get it from my man Roots. I reached out to Source on Twitter. I was like, yo, my man Roots, you know what I mean? That's my man, that's my OG. He was like, yeah, let's make something happen. I'm telling you, man, incredible album. Incredible. I don't know why it didn't get put out. I think it was some hoopla with Rockefeller or whatever, but I was in Roots' crib and he was letting me hear the album. Fucking amazing. If you whatever you thought Source Money was gonna give you, it's that. Is that beats crazy, no keyboard beats, all samples, all SP12, and when I tell you,
I was gonna ask you if he was rocking the 60 or the 12.
Nah, Roots was on the SP12.
Okay,
he on the SP12 and the ASR 10. When most niggas had the SP and the S9, he had the SP and the ASR. Dope, it's crazy, man. And I wish they would put it out. If you ever heard the joint Soul in the Hole that Primo did, that
that's stupid.
Yeah, Against the Grain. I'll tell you a funny story about that shit. So we're at the station. Roots comes in and he says, yo, listen to this shit. It's the shit I got for Source. He was managing Source at the time. Dennis Scott, who used to play for the Magic, had a management company and Roots worked for him. He managed Shaq, he managed Source, and he managed somebody else. So he comes in, he plays us this Source Money song. We in the studio like, nah, we ain't feeling that shit. And he like, yo, how the fuck I'm gonna go back and tell Premier, we don't like the beat. I was like, I don't know, my nigga, but you better go back and tell him he don't like the beat. So he comes back with Against the Grain, and we like, that's that shit right there. Here's the funny part, that the joint, don't tell me I don't have this shit here. The beat ended up on fucking what is Gangstar's what came before the Owners?
Moment of
Truth.
It was on Moment of Truth.
Is it the Rep Gets Bigger? I think I remember. Yeah, Rep Gets Bigger.
Exactly what it was.
That was dope though. You didn't like the beat for that?
At that time, we wasn't feeling that shit. That dude, we was like, yo, we wanted more out the Primo bag. Like, Primo at that time, we talking Brownsville MOP, New Jack.
Right.
So imagine hearing that, but also hearing those joints. But then when he came with that Against the Grain, we was like, that's what it is right there. That's what we're talking about. That's what he need. And that's how Against the Grain ended up getting done.
And also, too, around that time, that's when Primo started chopping more, too.
Yeah. So that again, so that the rep gets bigger. Like, I was like, that beat is just boring. It's repetitive. In my opinion, it just sounds like a Primo throwaway. It just sounds like you ain't really take your time with that shit. You know what I mean? But because listen to that and then listen to Against the Grain. Against the Grain is just disgusting. You know what I mean? The sauce kills it. With starting off with that casino line, like you thought I was laying, nah, nigga, I'm taking like, please, man. When we heard that, we was like, that's what we talking about, man. But that's why I'm always like, yo, you gotta get the right niggas around you, man. Because somebody else would have been like, oh yeah, that shit dope. That Primo did that. Oh yeah, that shit dope. I'm like, I don't care what the name is. If the shit ain't hot, it ain't hot.
Like I always tell people, like people get mad at me, but I told them like Primo's been pretty weak for the past couple of years, man. Like Eddie, he's fucking with Eddie Sancho, man. Like the engineer plays a big part.
I'm telling you, see, there's certain things that people say to let me know what the fuck they know what they talking about. You say Eddie Sancho. Huge discussion on that right there.
All the classic Gangstar albums like Hard to Earn, Daily Operation, Step in the Arena, all them joints, all the offshoot projects that Primo did, Eddie Sancho.
Yep.
Had your shit bumping and kicking the door, Eddie Sancho, 10 Crack Commandments, all that shit. Eddie Sancho had your shit bumping, dude.
I'll tell you what got me hyped as shit for this. Did y'all hear this? The Havoc and Alchemist.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Power.
What got me hyped for this? You know who engineered this, right?
Eddie Sancho.
Oh, that's exactly what got me hyped for this. I'm looking at the line of those like, oh shit, I called my man Ev like, yo, Eddie Sancho engineering again. Yo, trust and best believe, man. You're 100% right on that Eddie Sancho thing, man. I mean, the thing is that as hip hop heads, there's just certain things you're not supposed to say. You're not supposed to say Premier ain't coming with it no more. But I'm just like, my nigga, that ain't my daughter. Like that ain't my I don't know that nigga. Like I don't got no allegiance to him. Primo don't send me no check. You know what I mean? He really ain't coming with it. I mean, that Prime shit was dope, but keeping in mind
the first one for me.
But keeping in mind this, when you're sampling everything from Adrian, I forgot his last name. When you sampling Adrian, who is it?
Adrian Young.
Adrian Young. I don't know if niggas out there watching know about Adrian Young. A dog could sample from Adrian Young and it would be dope because his samples are just so dope. They're hip hop, just almost like waiting to be sampled. You know what I mean? So you can't go wrong with sampling him. But when Primo gets back to just digging in the crates, I didn't like the shit he did for Drake. All my niggas was like, oh, that Sandra Rose shit was crazy. I'm like, I ain't really like it.
The beat was cool. The beat it was a little like it was reminiscent of vintage Primo. Like, and when I mean vintage, I mean like mid 2000s Primo. I'm talking about. It had like that feel to it, but I know what you mean though.
Yeah, it just was like, yo, if I did this beat, y'all niggas would not be spazzing over this shit. You know what I mean? And that's my beef, where people can't look.
Oh yeah.
When people can't look past who the producer is. One of my beefs is a ninth one to Stan. So he came over my crib, and niggas know that I be having niggas beat tapes. I got Dilla beat tapes that never came out, Alchemist, all types of shit. So I was like, yo, I got some Ninth Wonder beats. You want to hear them? So I'm playing them beats. He's like, oh my God, yo, this nigga Ninth, he's the greatest ever. I told you, kill you front, you crazy. I was like, yo, those are my fucking beats, my nigga. And he was like, oh shit, yo, you got some shit. I'm like, yo, how the fuck it go from ninth one is the best ever to you got some shit? Like, no, nigga, I'm the best ever because you was listening to the beat, losing your mind when you thought it was ninth wonder. Now you find out it was me. And it's like, oh yeah, Kill, you got some shit. Like nigga, come on, man. Like people get so caught up in the name. And this is Primo, you know, against the grain, this 94. So this is Primo 95. This Primo in his bag. And I'm like, nah, this shit ain't dope. Like, if it ain't dope, it ain't dope. I don't care how big of a fan I am of you. You know what I mean? Especially with a nigga like Primo. He like a Steph Curry. You pay money to take you and your kid to see Steph Curry. You want to see Steph drop 35 and shoot threes from half court. You don't want that nigga to end the game with no 18 and 5. You pissed, you know, because of what you expect from Steph. It's the same thing with Primo. I expect classic shit from that nigga. He's Primo. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, yo, Kill, didn't niggas jack your shit and put it on like an MOP record?
Yeah,
Remember you told that story?
Yeah, crazy story, man. Crazy story. I was at this show. They were down here in Baltimore, and I love MOP. Like the same way I'm about to probably go get jacked by Conway tomorrow. The same way I was with MOP. I'm sitting here and put all my beats in the Conway folder for tomorrow. But I went there. I had like 20 beat CDs on me. I was like, yo, I'm getting on an MOP album. I gave them out to everybody. You know what I mean? That's 2009, 2010. I'm driving home from work, listening to Foundation album, Rude Bastards come on. I'm like, yo, that's my fucking beat. Like, at first, I'm like, yo, that's the sample. Like, damn, they use the same sample. Then I'm like, nah, that's my beat. And I thought somebody had stole my beat and then sold it to MOP. Come to find out, like, my man hit me up on Wikipedia. He was like, nah, say Fizzy Womack did it, who's Lil Fame. You know, so then at the time, I just went on OK Player in this website, Kevin Nottingham, that used to be out. And I was like, you know, I basically just told the story like, yo, you know, MOP jack my beat, yo, just know it's my beat. And then like the next day, the boy Kevin Nottingham, oh, that Teflon, oh my God. What's that shit on there?
97, nigga.
97.
Oh, the realness. Oh my God, that was crazy. But yeah, after that, like in 2 days, we was on the phone with MOP and Fame was like, look, my bad, you're right, you know, we ain't know whose beat it was. We just put it out there, you know what I mean? Whatever. But it was one of those few situations where like the shit got worked out. Cause any other time you hear people, oh, such jack my beat, it's a back and forth. You know what I mean? And I always say it's a blessing because that's what helped me understand, like really get on the net. Like that's what made me start my website. That's what made me get on Twitter. That's what made me do all that because at the point I was only using the internet for like email and shit like that. But when that happened, it really showed me like, yo, this shit is like the World Wide Web. Like niggas, producers was getting at me from fucking like Yugoslavia talking about they got jacked for beats. You know what I mean? Like, so it really showed me like, damn, like you could really touch the whole entire world with this type thing. You know what I mean? So, and I was late. Like I wasn't on Black Planet. I wasn't on MySpace. I wasn't on none of that shit, you know, but after that happened, I was like, oh, nah, I gotta, you know, step my social media game up. So I always look for the blessing, even when something looks bad, because, you know, I was talking to a man, Jalazy, and he was like, nigga, you getting more pub off of this than if you would have got the credit in the first place. And I'm like, you're absolutely right. You know, if the credit was there, would have just said produced by Kill, and that would have been it. You know what I mean? Shit, that's how I got like 4,000 Twitter followers just off of that.
Oh, wow.
Like, damn, this nigga got jacked. Because you'd be shocked at how many producers reached out who had the same exact story. Like, yo, I got jacked. I played my beat in the studio for fill in the blank, and next thing I know, it's on their album. You know what I mean? And so that's what woke me up. Like, damn, like a lot of people really get jacked out here. Like, it's you know, the game is fucked up because it's like, then mad niggas like, well, I know you ain't giving out beats no more, but if you don't give out beats, then how do you sell them? How do you get your name out there?
Yeah.
Sure. So it's like a Curse 22. You know, now I write scripts. I'm scared to send them out to people because of y'all gonna steal them. You know what I mean? But if I don't send them out, then I'll never sell nothing. So it's like it's almost like get into this industry, you're gonna be fucked over. You know what I mean? Like you're either gonna have to be a ghost producer, or you're not gonna get no publishing, or you're not gonna get no money. You know, and that's the sad part about it. And people would just be like, "Oh, that's been the industry for years." And I'm like, "But y'all niggas could change it." Like, that's the sad part. Like, you could be like, nah, I am going to give you your credit. Like, I, you know, take half my royalties, but give a nigga something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you don't have to rate me. You don't have to. There's no rule that I got to get jerked. Like, you could, you know, at least give me co-production credit. Put my name somewhere. you know, but you know, that's the game, man. But it's a dirty game. But if you want to be in it, it's what you gotta deal with.
Son, I worship those first 4 MOP records, yo.
Oh
The
yeah,
first war for me. The first war for me,
my
man.
Lord, son.
yeah. And I
You
wonder,
do a show on that.
I wonder what happened with them. Like where the magic went. Like, you know, they did that album with the Snow Goons, and I was just like, nah. You know what I mean?
You doing that?
I'm not a big fan of their production like that, man. Like,
Same.
man, it's you gotta have a certain pitch to rock with certain people. You know what I mean? And again, not that the beats were whack, but it's just like, is it a good fit? I have so many MCs who come over here that's just like, yo, Kill, throw on any beat and give it to me. And I'm like, nah, nigga, like, what's the concept? Like, what are you talking about? Like, let's make a song. You know, it's not just about any beat. And I think that's where so many people are right now. It's just like, yo, I'm ill, throwing any beat now and I'll kill it. And I'm like, you can't be on no rah-rah beat talking about no girl, and you can't be on no smooth laid back beat trying to be rah-rah. Like, you got it. That's why I'm always saying, like, the executive producer is one of the things that killed hip hop, because certain people need an executive producer. Every MC can't pick beats. I had an MC, this is my word, back in Philly. Nigga came over my crib, played him a beat, didn't like it, left. Another nigga came over my crib, played on the beat, he liked it, we recorded it. Next day, first nigga comes back over, I play him the song, he gets mad at me, why you ain't play me that beat? Nigga, I did play you the beat. You said you didn't like it. Nah, that ain't the beat you played me. Yes, it is. The only difference is now you're hearing it as a song. You know what I mean? Right. You're not just hearing it as a beat. You weren't able to hear the beat and see what you could do to it. Not every artist, not every MC, singer, artist has the ability to do that. That's why sometimes you need an executive producer to be able to hear the beat and say, yo, man, I hear a story to this. You know what I mean? Or a lot of the MCs I fuck with, they'll be like, "Yo, what you hear over this beat?" I'm like, I hear a story, or I hear this, or you know what I mean? Like, some MCs need guidance, and that's okay. Like, niggas want to act like that's a bad thing. Like, nah, like, my nigga, Steph Curry needs a shooting coach. Like, it's okay. Like, it's this MC bravado of I don't need nobody. Like, nah, my nigga, Michael Jordan had Tim Grover train him for years. You know, that's why Kobe went to Tim. That's why Dwayne went to Tim. Like, nobody is doing this by themselves, but MCs have this bravado about them, like, yo, I don't need no help picking beats. You know what I mean? And I'm like, some people need to know their weaknesses. Like, yo, I do need help picking beats. Help me put this project together, versus you just grabbing beats. Mad MCs just come in here like, yo, I'm like, yo, what's the track listing for the album? They like, yo, just put them shits in the order we recorded them. Like, nah, B, you can't just put them in the order that we recorded them. You got to put them in an order where we started off hype, we may take it smooth, and then we ended on a dope note. You know, too many albums nowadays, I'll be like, yo, when is this shit gonna be the fuck over? Like, I'm bored. Like, I don't want you to be like that in none of my projects. I want that last song to get you just as excited as the first song did. I want you to be like, damn, the album over? I don't want you to be like, good, the album's over. Like, that's the difference. I don't want you to be happy. I want you to be mad the album's over. Like, nah, I want more. You know what I mean? So that's the problem with hip hop. We don't have no executive producers to sit there and be like, niggas with 18 songs. Nah, my nigga, 12 songs. That's the perfect amount of songs for an album. No, 12 songs. I don't want no intro. I don't want no 20-minute intro about you gonna kill everybody. Just hit play and I hear a beat. Like, that's my piss. Oh God, you talk about a thing that pissed me off. I want to hit play and hear a beat. I don't want to hear you talking. I don't want to hear no intro. Just give me 12 songs. That's the perfect in and out for an album right there. 12 songs.
Agreed.
I'm tired of motherfuckers putting on EPs, man. Put out full fucking albums, man.
But you know, the problem is, man, with this streaming shit, everybody's just trying to put out more material. So a motherfucker would rather put out 5 EPs in a year with 5 songs on each, which would kind of be your album, to get more streaming numbers. You know,
also too, a lot of people have short attention spans too.
Right. So that's the thing. But I think if you make dope enough music, you can get in and get out. Like, if you figure 10 songs, 3 minutes a song, that's 30 minutes. Yo, It Takes a Nation of a Million, maybe a fucking hour. You know what I mean? So 30 minutes is a good get in and get out. Is just people have taken the time to really do their homework and do their craft. And that's the hard part. People don't want to do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest thing about my podcast. Like, I send out the topic, and like niggas, including myself, got work to do all week. It's like it's homework. You know what I mean? It's like I don't be knowing when I come up with a topic. I'm not like, oh, I know this shit. Like I'm like, shit, I need to research this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why Chris keeps a notebook of all our episodes. He got all that shit written down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you got to be, because you know I don't want to act. I want people to think like, yo, what's your criteria for a dope MC? You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't know offhand. You know what I mean? It's why, like, I'm not a big Black Thought fan. People think that's crazy because I'm from Philly. But I'm like, one of my type criteria for an MC is storytelling. Thought doesn't storytell. He's a rapidy rapper MC. You know what I mean? And if you like rapidy rap, I see why you love Thought. But if you know my criteria, you'd see why I don't love Thought. You know what I mean? And the arguments happen because we don't explain to each other what we like or what we want. So it's like, yo, how Black Thought can't be number one. He don't got enough class. I mean, I know people who think Black Thought is the dopest MC ever. Like
that is crazy. Yeah, I see niggas like that.
And
I love Thought, but niggas act like he walk on water, son. Like,
but here's the thing. But when you ask them their criteria and they take the time to think about it, it may make sense. You know what I mean? For me, your discography has to play a part in being the best ever. Another one of my homeboys said, I don't care nothing about your discography. Well, then okay, we can check that off. So now I can see why I Thought may be in your top 5. Then when he says, I love niggas who just rapidy rap niggas, I see why you see what I mean? So if you go down your top 5 things, I now can understand why Thought could be your number one, because you don't care about discography. You don't care about, you don't care about the same things that I care about. You know what I mean? So instead of arguing for 2 hours back and forth, it's like, once, I understand. One of my homeboys, Yao, he was like, yo, to be one of the dopest MCs ever, I don't care if you write your rhymes. So when Drake was in his top 10, there's no need to argue about it, because if you don't care if he writes his rhymes, I see why he's in your top 10.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I mean, I disagree with it. I was shocked because he's an MC, but I can't tell you what you should like. My nigga, like, yo, if that's your rules, that's what but that's why Thought is never gonna crack my top 10, because if he ain't talking about a girl, he ain't talking about shit. He's just rapping.
Yeah, man.
You need him to talk about a girl, you got Hypnotic, you Break Me Off, you got
me.
You got me. You got Silent Treatment. You talk about a girl all day long, but and I think the hard part was when he put out that EP with Ninth at a time when Fonte put out his album and Royce put out his album, and these dudes are now talking about real life issues. You know what I mean?
That Fonte album. Ooh, No Good News.
Who's that?
The Fonte record, No Good News, is whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, this dude is talking about health issues. He's talking about burying his dad. He's talking about getting remarried. He's talking about things that speak to what I'm going through. Same thing with Royce, talking about growing up with his brother and his dad being on crack and just his struggles of his childhood. And then I hear Thought just rapidy rapping again. And it's like, nigga, you still rapidy rapping from when I was in fucking college, my nigga. I was 19. I'm 44, nigga. And you still just rapidy rapping. And I'm like,
yeah.
It's also the timing of you hear these 2 albums that have all this great material, and then you just rapidy rapping. I'm like, nah, nigga, like, nah. Tell me something. Tell me a story. Do something for me. But this rapidy rapping shit ain't working no more.
But you know what?
What happened?
I bumped the EP one time and never listened to it, man.
Yo, I bumped it one time, never listened to it. My man, I don't know if y'all noticed, but one of the cats from the Roots, Leonard Hubbard, he was the bass player. Like back when Do You Want More, he used to always have the chew stick in his mouth. He has cancer, so he left the group. So he's suing the group because he's saying that he's not getting his royalties. So my man hit me and was like, yo, I think Thought took a shot on Hub on something. So I just Googled, Black Thought, bass player. And it was off one of those Ninth Wonder songs. So I listened to the EP again and I'll never listen to it again. So I'm with you. That's the problem with music nowadays. It's just a one-shot thing. Like they're like fucking Kevin Hart movies. Like I'll argue with people about Kevin Hart because it's like I grew up on Eddie Murphy. You know what I mean? When Ed was a comedian but each role was different. You know,
Yes.
you know, in Boomerang, he's this playboy, and Coming to America, he's an African, and 48 Hours. Whereas Kevin Hart is just the same person over and over and over again. Every movie, he's gonna scream like a little bitch. He's gonna beat a bitch. Somebody gonna smack him. Somebody gonna punch him. He's like some old Laurel and Hardy ass nigga. But mad niggas be like, oh, but he getting money. And I'm like, that's cool. But ask yourself this: are you ever gonna be like, damn, let me pop in Ride Along 2 again? No, you're not.
Never in life.
Like outside Paper Soldiers, that's the only Kevin Hart movie I ever loved. You know what I mean?
Same here. I love Paper Soldiers, man.
You know what I mean?
That nigga Beans is funny, B.
Yeah.
Beans is funny.
Whereas you look at Eddie, 48 Hours came out in 1983, Bree. 83. Yeah. I will still watch 48 Hours. I will still watch Trading Places today and laugh like I just saw it for the first time. I will still pop in too. You know, that came out in 1992. Like, yo, we're never gonna watch Ride Along again. We're never gonna watch Night School with Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish when that shit come out on DVD. Nobody wants to see that again. And that's the type of music we're making. We're making music that you're gonna listen to once and you're never gonna go back to again. You know what I mean?
But also too, it was all about the writing too. The writers plays a big part, because movies like Trading Places, 48 Hours, even his stand-ups like Delirious, which I fucking love. I know more people like Raw.
I like Delirious more. I like
Delirious, because I could relate to that. Because Raw, he was more into the pussy, and that's all good. I mean, we all love pussy, but Delirious is I don't know. It's just like it's more realistic. It's relatable, and that's what I loved about it. Like the ice cream man, about the hamburgers. Like, I don't want to eat. I want McDonald's. Like, no, you're gonna eat the big fat hamburger, which is better anyways. But but it's like little things like that. It's like with Kevin Hart, it's just so much I can hear about his fucking height. Okay, he's short. We know that.
Right. Like his last stand up, I was like, nah, I'm done. I'm good.
He's not funny.
Yeah,
he's not funny.
Delirious and Raw, man, classics, yo.
Yeah. But that's the thing, like, and that's the type of music, like, I'm always gonna pull out Fontaine. You know, I'm always gonna pull out, Royce's Book of Life. Book of Ryan. You know what I mean? And they have songs on there that are still showing you that they rapidy rap niggas, but they also have joints on there that are speaking to issues. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, that's the problem. It's like, we don't have enough adult contemporary hip hop. You know what I mean? Because you're right. I don't want Griselda every day. You know what I mean? I will get tired of getting killed and getting shot at. But, it's like having the freedom of, when I was growing up on hip hop, you had that. I had NWA if I wanted some rah-rah music. But then I had Kid and Play when I just wanted to just chill out. Or you had Kwame. Or you could come over to BDP and get educated, or PE. Whereas, we don't have those lanes anymore. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what I like about Fonte. They're making lanes where it's like, yo, I'll still rhyme, I'll still battle you dudes, but I'm also dealing with these other things, and that's the thing that we're not able to grasp onto. We're not able to grasp onto, God forbid, if somebody had to bury your father, then maybe the song talking about him burying his father, that's something that you go to when you're thinking about something. You know what I mean? Or he's got the song talking about expensive jeans. He's talking about sleep apnea. I got sleep apnea. So that shit is speaking to me. You know what I mean? Whereas just rapidy rapping, again, that shit was thorough as shit in 92 when I was in college, and I'm 18 and I'm young, and I'm 44. I'm married. I got a kid. You know what I mean? I got 2 diseases. I got sleep apnea. That's going to spark my interest on how Black men take care of our health as we get older, more than just start rapping about nothing. You know what I mean? So
I agree.
And what kills me too, I hate when people say like, oh, you too old to rap. Like, I fucking hate that. That's so disrespectful. Because you don't hear that about rock artists or R&B artists. Y'all would fucking kiss their ass like, oh my God, why can't that be for hip hop?
But you know
like
what?
Master Ace.
But
he's like, I think close to 50. He's nasty.
But we gotta talk about stuff that is relevant to our age group.
That's true.
Where the executive producer is needed again, because you have to understand your audience. See, the thing about Sean P, he understood his audience. He never tried to make no shit for the radio. He never was like, okay, let me make this whack song so I could get some spins on Hot 97 or, get on. He knew his audience and he played to that. You know what I mean? It's on some R&B shit. Like, one of my favorite R&B singers is Toni Braxton. Like, I love her to death. But
Secret.
this place where she dropped the ball is she doesn't understand that the majority of her fans are women. The majority of the women that are her fans are now married. The problem is that they're married, they're overweight, and here comes Tony Braxton in this video, half fucking naked, and their husbands is fucking salivating all over Tony Braxton type shit. This is real shit. This is when you're supposed to understand your audience, because you don't need to be coming out half naked. You know what I mean? Because that's alienating your audience. Because guess what? The husband who's looking at you salivating isn't the one buying your music. It's the wife. And the wife ain't going to buy your music to bring the CD in the house so that your husband can salivate all over that shit. You know, and somebody needs to be smart enough to explain to Tony, you've already screwed over your core audience for way too long. You know what I mean? And like, this is common sense shit to me. Like, I don't know how label heads don't get this. And it's like, yo, your son has autism. You need to write a song about that. Because a lot of fucking kids got autism, and you could have a lot of more fans who would be able to connect with you if you talked about that more. You know, you've got lupus. Write a song about having, like, those are the things that will keep your fans, because keep in mind, Tony dropped when 91. You know, I'm 19. All those women who love Tony are now 44 plus. You know what I mean? They don't want you half naked in a video shaking your titties no more. That's not you're alienating your audience. And that's what these rappers do. They alienate their audience, because if your audience are people who are 35 and over and talking about being in the club and all the money you got and making it rain, half of us ain't doing that no more.
Yeah.
Right.
So you're alienating your core audience of the people who want to buy, who would support you, in hopes of trying to get these young mofos who ain't gonna support you because they laughing at you like, who this old nigga in the club trying to make it rain? You know what I mean? Like, you the joke nigga to them. Like, play to your audience. And that's what people don't understand. But that's, again, where the executive producer has to come in and kind of tug you back like, nah, dog, you don't need to do X, Y, and Z. Or if you do that shit for a remix. You know what I mean? Do that on some other shit, you know, but not for the album type thing.
Right. And it's funny you said that, Kill, because I was having a conversation with my boy Dwayne and shit about Steve Stout, because I can't stand Steve Stout to the day I die. But Steve Stout?
Oh, Steve Stout, yeah.
Yeah, I don't like him, but if it wasn't for him, It Was Written would not have the cult following that it has today. You know what I mean? And I was trying to tell him how he screwed over Cormega, because Cormega, he was supposed to come out with the Testament back in like 97, 98. But Cormega's, his thing was like, he wanted like more creative control over his album. Like, he wanted like Havoc, RZA, you know, Easy Mo. I'm just throwing out names and stuff like that. Steve Stout was like, nah, because, you know, Steve Stout is Trackmasters.
Right.
And Cormega, he a street nigga. Like, he don't want that shit. You want that hard, grimy, gritty street shit. And then they just couldn't see eye to eye. And it was, among other reasons why, like, you know, that the album got shelved and it never came out. So when he came out with The Realness back in 2001, that was like a big fuck you to Def Jam and Steve Stout.
Son.
And then eventually the Testament ended up coming out in 05. But like you said, like, you're right, like the executive producer is very important in hip hop, not just in hip hop, but music in general, because they're the ones, they're in control of the sequencing, the direction of the album, the singles that get put out and stuff like that, like, you know, and things like that. Like, and a lot of people don't really know about that. And I'm glad you touched on that, even in your other shows too. And, you know, and I think that's a lost show within itself.
Yeah, and I mean, and again, it's a gift, man. Everybody can't do the shit, man. You know, it's something to be able to understand, okay, this is the right song to start the album. This is the right song to end the album, or all those things. But again, at that time with that, It Was Written, it was about getting money at that time. You know what I mean? Hip hop, and again, hip hop is going through so many shifts, and it's so hard for people to be able to keep up with it. And that's why I always say I want a white person who likes the Rolling Stones, because Black folk, we don't understand rock music. Has rock music had as many changes in it as hip hop has? You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, like, in 91, New Jack Swing came into play with a lot of hip hop, which is why you have MC Light's second album that sounds totally different from her third album. So you had these artists who had to jump in and out of different phases of hip hop. You know what I mean? So that's why certain artists, you could look at MC Light's second, third, and fourth album, they sound like from 3 completely people. Because she's different people, because she's trying to jump in and out of different fads that have come in. Did that happen with rock music? I don't know. Did John Bon Jovi ever have to jump into 3 different fads in rock music? That's why I'm like, niggas, stop talking about music you don't even know about. You know what I mean? Because if hip hop just stayed boom bap, we'd be good money. We wouldn't be talking about this. MC Lyte wouldn't have been making Poor Georgie or Can I Get a Roughneck? She would have still been making that boom bap shit. You know, but because she had to hop and skip and get with different producers, and then, you know, there was a time when everything had to sound like a Neptunes beat. Then I remember when Swiss came out, and mad niggas was like, "Oh, fuck sampling. We ain't sampling no more. We get
so late 90s.
Yeah, niggas was getting Tritons. You know what I mean? Yeah, and then Jay came back, and it was like, oh, here comes the blueprint. It's like, oh shit, we could sample again. Okay, let's buy records again. You know, so hip hop has gone through these different phases, and it's hard to try to keep you. It's the same thing with ball. You know why a lot of people don't last in the league as much? Because the league is always changing. Yeah, you know, it's why we don't have a lot of big men. In the 90s, that's what it was about. You wanted a big man. Now you want a big man who can shoot the 3. You know what I mean? So that's why we have a lot of draft picks who come in and out the league like so fluently, because the game is always changing. You know, so I mean, hip hop, man, I could talk about this shit for hours, man. Like I dissect this shit like to a whole nother sick, crazy level of the game, man, because people don't think about how much these rappers have to jump in and out to try to, you know, appease not only their label, but this is also how they make money. You know what I mean? So you got to sell some records. You in your 30s, best believe our favorite rapper probably got at least 2-3 kids. You know what I mean? You got mouths to feed. You may have an ex-wife. You got alimony. You got child support. So at the same token, you're trying your best to still sell records. You know what I mean? And not have to go back to the street and hustle, or not have to be the rapper who work at T-Mobile during the day and then fucking got to get off work and come do a showdown at SOBs. You know what I mean? So I'm also like trying to be, you know, think about where they're at, but at the same token, it's a hard line to walk, man. It's a hard line. And again, I don't know if rock and roll and other genres of music have that same line to walk like that. And again, we don't know that. A white person would have to be like, oh yeah, well in 86 this happened and people stopped doing this and they started doing that. But I don't know none of that. I don't know nothing about rock and roll and I know everything about hip hop and what we've gone through, but I don't know nothing about them. So it's hard to compare the two. You know what I mean?
Another travesty in hip hop music was hip house. I can't. Oh my god, some was good.
The good thing about hip house, you only had one song. Like that was the good thing about it. Like, you know, I love the Jungle Brothers "Girl I'll House You." Like that was the original. Yeah. Saw that blow up, and then was like, okay, but at least it was only one. You know what I mean? Versus it being now Craig G's first album, The Kingpin, which we all thought was gonna be dope. He tried to do a whole album of hip hop. Like flat on his face. But again, that's a prime example of what I'm talking about. If hip hop house never came out, Craig G's first album would have been crazy. Which was produced by Marley Marl in like 1990. You're talking about a crazy album, but at that time it was like hip hop house, and I don't know who his A&R, his executive producer was, who said, you know what? Fuck this. Let's be the first to do a whole hip hop house album. You know what I mean? And it fell flat on his face. You know what I mean? But those are the things that I'm talking about. You remember when every rapper had a slow jam? Like Heavy D had Don't You Know, Sweet T had a slow jam, MC Shan had Left Me Lonely. You know, that was the thing. And then Kane started losing it. Same thing with LL. That Walk with a Panther album had like 5 slow jams on it. You know what I mean? So it's just people started stepping too far over the line. Like, but that's what I mean by hip hop. It was always changing. That's why I love Commons. I used to love her. He's breaking down to you how it went. I remember when Tragedy was fucking the Intelligent Hoodlum. You know, 2 years later, this nigga's Gaddafi. He's Tragedy Gaddafi. He done went from arrested drug dealer to now he's the drug dealer.
Well, you know Kill where Tragedy, his name was always Tragedy. Right. But he had to keep his name Intelligent Hoodlum because of the label that he was with. I think he was with A&M Records. So Tragedy wasn't marketable. So Intelligent Hoodlum was more marketable.
Right, but I'm just saying that he went from this pro-black, we for the people, arrest the president, to now he Gaddafi. You know what I mean? So again, you now we're jumping genres. You done went from pro-black to, like Common is talking about. She done went from this, hip hop went from this to this to this to this. And Cash was just jumping with it. Like, okay, I'm pro-black. Assalamu alaikum. Oh shit, we robbing niggas. Okay, now I got my 9. Oh, now we positive again. Okay, power to the people. It's like you're just jumping and skipping to whatever beat you are. And it goes back to your original statement, not knowing who you are.
Yeah.
Speaking of calm, I gotta give Kill a shout out for showing love to One Day It All Makes Sense. I gotta shout him out for that because we love that album over here too. When niggas just sleep on that.
Yeah.
You know?
And for me, that it was that album. It's one of those personal classics. I just graduated Morgan, moved to Atlanta with my girl. Nothing was lining up right. I moved down there to try to get into the music scene. Nothing was working out. Me and her was beefing. I'm in a new city. I don't know nobody. And that album just spoke to me. Just the whole concept of one day it'll all make sense. You know what I mean? So that's like one of those albums. Like when I say like you want music that can speak to you, you know, or you want music that can, you know, work with you. I share with a lot of people. I work with teens. One of my teens 6 months ago had a stroke. You know, she was 18. She had this rare brain disease. And we didn't think she was gonna make it through the night. You know, God bless. It's 8 months later. She's home. She's talking. She's getting a little better. But when I got to the hospital, you know, the first verse that came in my mind was Joe Budden's when he said something like, you know, it's off of Mood Music 4. He said something like, you know, when AM died, I was chilling with Travis Barker, wishing there was something I could say to make him cheer up. So I prayed and he teared up. Like that's what came to my mind. Like that's what I want. You know, I want hip hop that can speak to my situation when I'm going through something. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's why I say that's the beautiful thing about hip hop is that, you know, there's some days I want Griselda. You know what I mean? Yeah. One of my closest teens just got murdered last month. You know, so thank you.
Yeah, Michael Jones, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So some days I may not be in the mood for boom, boom, boom and shooting. Yeah. You know, let me make sure that pillow's in your casket right. You know what I mean? Like I cut the boy hair for his funeral. You know what I mean? So it's like you want hip hop to speak to those experiences. And it's like, that's why, like I said, just for me, Black Thought isn't for me where I am right now, because there's nothing from that 20-minute Funk Flex freestyle that's going to help me when I'm burying a teen or when I'm talking to a mother who's got to deal with the prosecutor who's now telling us one of the murderers may be able to get off with fucking, you know, house arrest for a year for murdering somebody.
Right.
So tomorrow I got to sit down and talk with the state's attorney to try to get them to get on a fucking job. Like I got 8 of my teens. I got 8 of my teens right now locked for murder. All them niggas being charged as adults. And now you want to not charge this nigga as an adult? Like, nah, we ain't playing that game. Let's stay consistent. You know what I mean? So, you know, I want music to sometimes be able to help me through shit like that. You know what I mean? And somebody else may not. Somebody else, and that's how hip hop speaks to me. Somebody else may listen to hip hop as just background music. There's not a day when I'm not listening to music. Not a day. Yeah. You know what I mean? So for me, it's like I need music to speak to my spirit in a different way than maybe somebody else does. You know what I mean? Which is cool, you know, but it's just that's why I'm so hard on music. You know, same thing we talking about with Belly. That's why I can be so hard on movies because I write scripts. So, you know.
And niggas forget. Oh, go ahead, Steven. My bad, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say with music, like you said, Kill. Everybody knows me. Like these fellas can attest what I'm about to say. But Mobb Deep's Hell on Earth is my favorite Mobb Deep album, and the reason why is because you know the shit that they were going through a lot of death. You know, they were beefing. They were going through a lot of turmoil. I could relate to that because I first bought the album in 01. I was going through a lot of personal shit, like internal shit, like I was depressed a lot and shit like that. And what I loved about the album was the fact that not only how dark it was, but the fact that Havoc, he pretty much did all the beats himself. That's the only Mobb Deep album that Havoc did all the beats. And it's like he found his sound on that album. Yep. And that album actually influenced me to get the EPS 16 Plus because I'm a gearhead, like I'm a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. Like, yo, what did he use? He was using the MPC 60 and the EPS 16 Plus. So I got the EPS 16 Plus. But I like that album got me through some hard times, you know, and so I could definitely relate to what you're saying about that. So that definitely speaks volumes right there.
You know, so and again, it's just where I'm at 44. You know, if you still rapping the same way you was rapping when I was 23, 9 times out of 10, that's the hard part. I've been Married 18 years. I always tell people, me and my wife are two totally different people now at 44 than we was at 26. You know what I mean? So you should be growing. You know what I'm saying? You should. I mean, it's fine to still enjoy old music. Like even now, Niggas for Life used to be one of my favorite albums. I listen to certain songs on Niggas for Life, and I'm like, God damn, did y'all really just rape this girl and shoot her and then fucking throw her off a bridge? Like,
one of those bitch.
like,
I love Niggas for Life. Niggas for Life is amazing.
And it's like, I love the album, but I heard that song, I'm like, damn, like, and having a daughter, I'm like, I can see why motherfuckers wanted to get rid of hip hop. You know what I mean? I can see why C. Dolores Tucker was trying to put these stickers out here.
But compared to the shit that's out today,
the
drug, like niggas acting like junkies and shit now, like nah, man, that's a travesty.
Because now these new niggas like getting high. In our day, it was like if you were crackhead, you crazy. Now popping pills is you got R&B niggas popping pills.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So, it's like loving everything. So that's yo, my dudes. I appreciate chopping it up with y'all. I got a meeting tomorrow with these prosecutors, so I gotta, start getting ready to get everything right. I gotta get these beats from Conway too, man. I love chopping.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, anytime that there is a time that y'all Thursday, 9:00, if y'all free, hit me. Jump on apartment 5B. Let's chop it up some more. Chris, on Twitter, do we follow each other?
Nah, well, I made the Twitter account for us for like Speak Ya Clout, but I'm not on Twitter. I'm just on Instagram.
All right. Let me send you a joint. My joint is simple. It's just Kill 889.
Okay.
KIL 889, and then I can start following you back so we can chop it up more. All right. It was nice meeting you, bro.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, man.
All right, y'all.
Yo, good luck at the Conway show, my nigga.
Thank you, B. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Hell yeah. Peace, Kill.
Peace out.
Dope.
That was dope.
This was great, man.
Woo.
Hell yeah. Niggas nailed that shit, kid.
Porsche, now Kill. I'm good.
Yep.
I'm good.
You can Clout and Apartment 5B collaboration, man.
Yes, sir.
Taking over this shit.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
And for them to take the out of their busy time to come on our shit, like that's dope. That shows that our shit is on the come up. Like people know about us.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's dope.
Porsche just hit me and she said she was watching it.
Dope.
So,
woo.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to Porsche.
Yeah. Definitely.
Shit out Porsche.
You doing Usher tonight, Chris?
Yeah, 12 o'clock. Me and Reg.
I'll be in the chat. I'm wide awake. I ain't got nothing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have gone on and on with Kill, man, but
I was like a fly on the wall, just soaking that in.
Oh yeah.
Definitely,
man. Yeah, this is a dope episode, man. Like it was dope, talk about those albums because nobody talk about those albums like how we did it.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, not a soul, my nigga.
Yeah.
That's why I want to do Belly soon.
Yeah.
Put that on the map. Let niggas know that Belly ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm. Gotta do that.
Yeah, because these motherfuckers, the way they fucking crucified Belly, like it's Asian shit. Like I don't get that.
Niggas will crucify that, but big up the most garbage ass films. You know what I mean?
What kills me is when motherfuckers praising fucking Kendrick Lamar on Power.
That's your trash.
Dude. There's so many Dominicans in New York. Like you could have gone to Dykeman, Washington Heights, 168. You could have went over there. You could have went to fucking Amsterdam and Harlem. There's so many Dominicans out there. You had to get that nigga. He's not even from New York.
That's only because 50 cool with him. That's why. That's why he got him on the show.
I understand. No, I understand that, but it's like, come on, like.
Right.
I like Kendrick, but he can't do no wrong to some niggas.
He was alright. I didn't care for him on there. I mean, he was okay.
Yeah, but the way they motherfuckers like, oh, he's one of the best. Oh my god, like they called him what they called him, Kendrell or some shit like. Yeah, I'm like, what?
What that mean, Kendrell? What that mean?
Like Denzel.
Like Denzel. I
Oh,
think
okay.
I think some shit like that. I'm like, what? Kenzel, I think it was. Kenzel.
Nigga said the best crackhead since Pookie and shit. I was like, no.
Nah. Chris Rock is a legend for doing that role, man. Like, you
Son,
know,
Ezel is a better crackhead than Kendrick Lamar.
Yes. My neck and my back, you know?
Son.
that's crazy. He was alright. I thought he was gonna die. I thought 50 was gonna shoot him.
That shit was trash. Hey,
Should've.
Papi. What the fuck, dude? Yeah, that laugh too. Oh my god.
I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was that great.
Yeah, that.
You know, Kendra.
I think that's Kendra, Kenzel. I think some shit like that.
Some shit like that. Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson played a better crackhead in Jungle Fever than Kendrick. You know, that's an underrated film too. Jungle
Yeah,
Fever.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid. I need to rewatch that, man.
Such a sad movie, man.
Yeah.
Shit, Sugar Hill, man, with Wesley Snipes and Michael Wright.
Yeah.
Speaking like Conway, his reference game is on point, my nigga.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm gonna piss on him like Ray Nathan."
Right.
Oh man, you know that scene.
Yes. Yep.
Ray Nathan was a wild boy. You know?
He's that nigga. He was that dude, son. He was that dude.
I love when Jada said, "You can feel it in your vein like Romelo's pops from Sugar Hill."
Yeah.
On Niggas Outside the song.
Clarence Williams played his pops.
Yeah.
Great actor.
Yeah, man.
Tales from the Hood.
Mm-hmm. He was in
played
Purple Rain. He played Prince's own pop.
Yeah, I was about to say that Prince's dad on Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
You said you heard it already, right? The Big Pooh purple tape?
Yeah.
Son, oh my god, it's just fucking retarded.
Mike would like that because I mean Prince is one of his favorite artists, and he got like the little snippets from Purple Rain on the mixtape.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I never heard that. And I love Big Pooh.
Oh son, yeah, it's called the Purple Tape. It's produced by Black Milk. He uses all Prince samples.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire. I got you
like tonight. 09, I think 2009, 2010.
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is like I would pay money to buy that CD. Like that's how dope that shit is. And it's free too. You can get it for free.
Yeah, it's on one of those mixtape sites. Well, I mean that if you go to DatPiff, they probably gonna have like missing tracks, but you got to get it off of like mixtapemonkey.com or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you would enjoy that, Mike. That shit is.
Yeah, I'll check that out tonight, my niggas.
Yeah, the Purple
and
Tape.
A lot of the beats that Black Milk produced, it sound like Dilla shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I love Black Milk, man. He's so underrated.
Definitely.
Detroit nigga.
Yeah. It's like he's gotten better and better. Each album he gets better and better and better for me, man. That shit. Like Chronic, that and No Poison, No Paradise. Those are my favorite albums from Black Milk. Those albums are crack rocks for me.
Oh yeah.
So
you said 12 o'clock, right? With Red, the Usher.
That's when he wants to do it at 12 o'clock. So
okay.
Red be picking these crazy times to do these reviews and shit. So
I don't mind reviewing My Way one day.
Oh yeah, gotta do that. Classic.
Yeah.
Gotta do
underrated.
that.
Underrated album. Even though that's his breakthrough album, but I don't hear too many people talk about it. They either talk about H701 or
Really?
Confessions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like 8701, and I promoted for that album. I didn't care for it. Nah, I didn't. You see, the thing is, like, well, I heard the bootleg and like a lot of the unreleased tracks wasn't on the official release.
Got you.
So, like, to me, I don't know. Like, I like the singles, but like overall, I think My Way was way better. It's all good. I respect your opinion. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
no
Yeah,
doubt, no doubt,
I
no
love
doubt.
8701, son. That's
Yeah, that's
memories.
so.
Talk
Woo.
about memories.
Man.
Talk about the memories, kid.
Mike was getting head playing you remind me and shit.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Those are the days,
instead of
man.
you
Those are the
got it,
days.
Clap. You got it good.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, that's woo.
Hell yeah.
Yo, do you have the link to the unreleased joint, Chris? Do you know if
Nah,
it's out?
I heard that shit like it was like when the internet was like what 2001 that came out.
Yeah.
2002. Yeah, it was like on one of those sites. It's not even up no more.
Ah, shit.
You know, but he had like U-Turn was one of the joints that was on the bootleg. That's on the album,
Okay.
and he went back. He scrapped the album and he went back in and totally did it over. And the songs like You and Mommy that wasn't on the bootleg.
Right.
And You Got It Bad. So the singles were good, but like other than that, I don't remember nothing else on that album.
Right.
You know,
You Remind Me is just a fucking great song, yo. Like,
Right.
love that song.
Yeah, and the thing I don't even listen to the radio, but I do unfortunately only because of where I work at. Like I
Right.
work with drug guys, so I drive the van, and the
Right.
van has radios. So like you'll play like the hip hop stuff, and it's every once in a while they'll play like You Got It Bad by Usher, and like I always leave that. I always play that song. Like that shit is just so dope. It's timeless, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Like it reminds me of the summer of '01, like August of '01. Like just remind me of that time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, around that time.
And
But
he
I
was
definitely respect your opinion, Chris. Though.
he was banging Chili at the time, so he had Chili in the video with him.
Yeah, yeah. T-Boss, she's my favorite. She was the baddest one for me, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Well, I go Left Eye then T-Boss for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Left Eye was a cutie, man. Left Eye and Chili for me.
Yeah. What makes Chili not attractive is that attitude. That
Yeah.
prima donna. I don't like that shit about her, but yeah, she's pretty though. But T-Boss for me, I don't know. It's the blonde hair
Right.
that yeah. Whew.
And the thing is, like, they always used to try to make it seem like it was always Left Eye that had the problem, and it probably was Chili. You know, she
No
probably
doubt.
was a diva backstage, and we never knew about it until now.
Shorty had some nice toes and belly though.
Yes.
She got off the bed when she's getting
Oh,
introduced.
T-Boss.
Yeah. Fine, son.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm.
I'm with you, Steve.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? I think she was supposed to do the You Can Never Feel My Pain with Prodigy
Right.
of the HNIC because they both had sickle cell anemia. But I think due to schedule conflicts with the schedule, they couldn't make the song. So you ended
That
up
would
doing
have
it
been epic.
solo.
Yeah,
That would have
definitely.
been fucking dope, son. Like, woof. That would have been
That would've
dope.
been epic.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I had fun talking with Kill, man. That was dope, man.
Oh yeah, that
I'm
was.
still hyped about that, man. Like for him and Porsche to take the time out their busy schedules
Yeah.
to chop it up with us, I definitely respect that. And the fact
I.
that he, go ahead.
Oh my bad. My
No,
bad.
you good.
No, finish it, Steven. Finish it, bro.
No, I was gonna say like for them to like invite us to apartment 5B anytime, like
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
cool with that.
definitely.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like when my granddad died last year, this nigga Kill hit me up.
Yeah.
Said, give me a long ass message, seeing if I'm all right. That's a real nigga.
Yeah.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? That's a real dude. Family don't even do that.
Right.
So for a nigga like that lives in Philly to give me some love like that,
Right.
he got my respect for life, man.
No
No
doubt.
doubt. Even though we might disagree on certain things,
Oh,
hip
I
hop,
think it could be
yeah,
wildin' sometimes. I love him, but he be
yeah,
wildin'.
no doubt. Oh yeah, no doubt.
But agree to disagree on shit, B.
Right.
Oh, no doubt. But you learn something for those disagreements too. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
Right.
yeah.
Because I always ask questions like, why do you hate that album? Why? Like, just why? I just
Yeah,
want to
like
know why.
me, like we all bust each other's balls on here
Yeah,
about Al. Like what? You know, like
But it's
about
funny
there's a
too.
dark side. Oh, it is. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Other niggas be getting really mad with each other, son.
Yeah,
Like
they do.
beefing.
Like, yeah.
Listen to the PSA podcast, my nigga Dre and Sean. They
Mhm.
be beefing heavy, son. Like
Wow.
if niggas probably go for blows if niggas was in the same vicinity. Like
Crazy.
it's funny. It's funny.
Crazy. You know, it's funny you said that because I heard, I don't know, I think what was it? The making of the second Far Side album. Um
McCab?
yeah, they were saying something about, I think, like they heard a beat and it was something over something so stupid, like, oh, it was made on an ASR 10. No, it was made on an SP 1200, and they were like argue over that bullshit. I'm like, what? Like
Wow.
shit like that. But
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy, man. Like little things like that. But that's my favorite album from them, man. Live
Okay.
I'm
Cabin
with you.
California.
Okay.
I'm with you. 1995,
Mhm.
absolute classic, yo. I got that after school.
Yeah.
I play that so fucking much. The
Mhm.
title track is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah, man. That
Amani
that,
Fat Lip
that
and Slim Kid Trey. Amani Booty Brand Fat Lip and Slim Kid Trey. Oh, that shit is fire, son. Who's your favorite member? Mine is Slim Kid. The light skinned nigga with the dreads.
yeah.
Fat Lip.
Yeah,
Underrated.
Fat Lip for me. Fat Lip.
Yeah.
He's probably the nicest lyrically,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but Slim Kid my favorite. Definitely.
Yeah. He's dope too.
I
Yeah.
I fucks with Slim Kid too because he produced for Brian Austin Green his
Yeah.
first album, one stop one stop carnival. I need that copy. That shit is tough.
I never heard that.
It's
Tough.
funny. It's funny to see, but it's
Mhm.
pretty dope, man.
It's pretty
I'm
dope,
not
son.
gonna lie.
Pretty
I'm
dope.
not
Was
He
on
could
gonna
Soul
lie.
flow.
Train. I saw him on Soul Train one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Even though he had ghostwriters,
Mhm.
but the way he flowed, it was dope. Like you would think like he was part of Farside or some shit.
Yeah, Far Side of High Road.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
son.
that's just
It's so simple, but when Fat Lip says she said,
Mhm.
I was high as the vocal tone as my nigga Booty Brown. That little
Ooh.
shit like that, just like
Right.
damn, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Booty Brown got a high voice, you know what I mean?
Right.
That she said is amazing,
Yeah.
dog.
The remix is dope too.
When I used to smoke, that was my joint right there. It's
Yeah,
groove to that shit.
Mhm.
the Far Side does the self-titled track, Far Side,
That's
track
my
number
favorite.
2. I love that beat is so ill, son.
Amani Booty Brown Fat Lip and Slim Kid Trey. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Groupie therapy. Oh
Oh
my
yeah.
god.
Diamond D.
Yeah.
A lot
Oof.
of niggas love Bizarre Ride, but niggas don't show love to LeCab, man.
I don't know.
But
You
what
I think
know?
that's
kills
the best
me,
one.
but what
Yeah.
kills me, but what kills me is that I'll get into why they don't care for Live Cabin
Yeah.
California, but what kills me is that Jay Dilla did half of the beats, and
Right.
niggas love Jay Dilla, but they don't
Exactly.
like Live Cabin California, which kills me.
Right.
But with the first album, no, not E Swift, Jay Swift, he did he did pretty much the whole album. I think one song they didn't do. He didn't do. I forgot what it was. But he didn't get any publishing from that album. Like he didn't get paid for making the beats.
Uh,
So that's why he left the group. And so people loved his beats, but then when he got the second album, he had like a whole different, like a more mature, darker sound. People weren't used to that.
right.
They wanted those J Swift beats. And then J Swift eventually he became a crack addict and shit.
Oh,
Shit.
that sucks, yo.
Yeah, he became like he big into crack. His addiction was crazy. Yeah,
I remember watching Yo MTV Raps, and they were hosting it around the live cab era.
Mhm.
yeah,
I remember that. I remember that shit
Yeah.
vaguely. I remember that.
yeah,
Love Far Side to death, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. But they're not the same without the original members. It's just Armani and Booty Brown.
yeah.
You know,
That's
they got to
terrible.
get Slim Kid and Fat Lip back.
Them
Yeah,
and
because
High Road go neck for neck to me.
Oh yeah.
I think Hyro's better
Mhm.
I agree.
personally, but
Yeah.
yeah, I could see that. But yeah, I got that. I think that third album called Plane Ride that came out in 2000. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that.
Yeah, I never heard it. It's like I
Yeah.
never heard the Licks album after motherfucking Liquidation. I didn't hear that shit. The Experience, some shit.
Yeah. And what was sad, that was my introduction to Alcoholics, that XO Experience shit.
Yeah.
That was my introduction. Like, who are these cats? I'm like, I mean, the song was dope, but then like I found out they were called the Alcoholics, and I know about the Alcoholics because it exhibits At the Speed of Life album, because I copped that album like back in '01. And cause they were all affiliated, the whole Liquid Crew and shit.
The
You know
Far
what I'm saying?
Rockers.
So yeah. I need to get that Focus Daily album.
Yeah. That's a
I need
classic,
that.
man.
That is
Underrated.
son. That
Nobody
album,
talks about him.
son. When I first heard Killing Spree on Black
Mhm.
Mask, my nigga, I was
Yeah.
like, this shit is hot.
Focus
Mhm.
Daily is retarded.
Hell yeah. Alchemist is on there.
Yeah,
Evan's on
You
there
know.
too. Ev
Yeah.
on there.
yeah.
Alchemist is on there.
Luckily, I have that.
Yeah, that should go
I
for
gotta get
loot.
that.
That should go for
Yeah.
some loot.
I got it from some bunk ass site called half.com.
Yeah, that's like eBay. They're affiliated with eBay and shit.
$7. Way
Yeah,
back.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
a steal, man.
yeah. I've used them before,
Yeah.
but they're mostly known for like books and shit. But like like I
Yeah.
said, still affiliated with eBay. But yeah, I've used them before.
Oh,
I love Focus Daily.
Yeah,
yeah.
even the second album, Odds and Evens. I think it's Odds and Evens that came out '03. That's pretty dope too.
I think it was like a school teacher and shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That South
Speaking
Fair,
of
man. That Boxcar Sessions, man. I
uh,
love that album, man.
Oh.
That album.
uh,
What
underrated,
happened to him?
Steve.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, he has a disease, like a spinal disease, man, that got him paralyzed. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
that's terrible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like that I think a couple years ago, like his family was asking for like donations and shit, like for him to get like surgery because he couldn't
Yeah.
afford the surgery. And like I think he had to go to Texas to get the surgery, some shit like that, because I think Texas they got like a hospital that specializes in that particular
Right.
surgery for that injury, It's crazy.
How's his second album? I never heard it.
It's not that good. It's okay. Because I think it's called the Hit List. Yeah, I think it's the Hit List. It came out like 90, I want to say like 98, 99. It was alright. It wasn't all that. It wasn't.
For the niggas that don't know, that's King's cousin Harold.
Yes.
Menace.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holly 40 days, 40 nights, yo.
Oh
Jesus Christ.
yeah.
Exhibit Razzcast and Affair.
I needed to do a review on that album. I did the review on At the Speed of Life. I gotta do 40 Day, 40 Nights, but yeah, that album is phenomenal, man.
The only complaint about At the Speed of Life, Steven knows what I'm about to say. Hurricane.
Oh
What is
man, that's funny.
I
That is
can't rock
funny.
with him.
But you know what? She actually sounded good on that song, though. That's like
Right.
the
I didn't like.
you didn't like it?
There's a dark side. I thought she sounded okay.
Yeah, we run New York, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Love that drink.
but it was just that
But she ain't like
hurricane,
Daryl Dark Side, though.
bitch ass niggas like you. Oh
Oh,
god.
Lord. I heard some of her first song that came out in '97, All Woman. Oh my
Mhm.
God, I couldn't even listen to that. I tried. It was a chore to listen to.
Yeah.
She Puerto Rock, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Daffy Boricua. Reg, my dude, was good.
Reggie, what up?
Yeah, he asked Chris, he asked you if you still on. So
Yeah, I mean, if we want to do it today, I'm down.
yeah,
If not today, we could always reschedule it. So
yeah, Reg said he's down.
yeah, it's all good. It's gonna be quick. It's only like 7 songs on the Usher joint. So
So y'all breaking down the albums?
Yeah, we break it down just the project he did with Zaytoven.
Oh, because you're
okay,
breaking out the
okay.
albums. I'll hop right in there with
Nah,
y'all.
we
Yeah,
gonna do
yeah,
that
yeah.
another day. But we just doing this one. It's real quick. It's like 7 songs, and to
Okay.
me, I think it's his best project since Raymond versus Raymond. You know,
Really?
and I'm not I know Zaytoven does a lot of trap. I'm not really like familiar with his stuff, but I like this project because
Mm.
it goes it reminds me of old school Usher, like the way that he's singing on there, and just the content. Even though he switched it up and it is like a little trappy at times, but I think this
Right.
is best. I didn't like the last album that what was that called? Hard to Love or some shit. I
Not
didn't like
sure.
that. Yeah, I didn't like that album. The one with
The last.
hmm?
My bad. Go ahead, Chris. My bad.
the one with that remix he had with Master P and No Limit. He had a remix for that song.
Son, I love that fucking song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that
The
song is
regular
dope,
one.
but the album is terrible though. Like the album is like his worst album ever.
That I got that ghetto D
Yeah,
girl, no
yeah.
limit.
That shit.
Roll with a
That was
nigga like
dope.
me.
But the rest of the album was garbage, and you know what I mean. And you know, I felt like Usher was trying to do what Chris Brown was doing. You're not Chris Brown. You know, you Usher. You're
Yeah.
supposed to be setting trends, not following them.
There's no limit, baby. I
Yeah,
got
no
that
limit.
ghetto
That
D
joint was
girl.
dope, but I didn't like the whole album though. You know,
Red said, all I'm saying is I'm glad it's short. Oh shit.
it's not bad to me. I think there's some joints on there. You know.
Word.
Yeah.
So I just want to give my appreciation to you, brothers, man.
Same.
With the crazy shit I'm dealing with last week, this is just keeping me busy and really enjoy this, man. This is amazing shit, bro. You know.
Or
Hopefully one day it'll be big and
Oh yeah.
some rap
Nobody,
whatever.
niggas on here.
nobody doing it like us, man.
Nope. Especially with the knowledge we have.
Oh yeah. We was in the building for this shit. We ain't Wikipedia nothing or go on Google.
Nah, Wikipedia was
All
my
these young
uncle.
motherfuckers want to tell us about dates when albums came out. Nigga, I was there.
Exactly.
I was in the record store. You fucking got that shit off of Amazon.
Yep.
You know, let's be real about that.
Niggas saving lunch money to fucking not even eating, just saving our lunch money just to buy CDs.
Oh
Straight
yeah.
Exactly.
up.
With the lunch
Exactly.
money, I didn't eat the lunch. I hated it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I ate the cookies and shit. But it was the bus passes that I said fuck it, and
Okay.
I took the money from the bus pass and I got albums with it or mixtapes or what
Right.
have you. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And my Wikipedia was niggas from the projects. That was my Wikipedia. My
Right.
Wikipedia was my uncle. My Wikipedia was the source.
Exactly.
You dig?
The Source magazine, Yo magazine, Word Up, Vibe magazine. We ain't had no
Rap
internet back
pages.
then.
Rap
Yeah, you know,
pages, Steve. Yeah, rap
Yeah.
pages.
ain't no 20-year-old could tell me about fucking hip hop or no type of music. I was there.
And but not only that, Chris, like those magazines are gold because there's certain shit that you can't find on the internet. You only can find in
Exactly.
those magazines and the interviews.
Exactly.
Facts.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
There's a picture of Pun
Mm-hmm.
from the Vibe 99. He's holding it. He's on his face like this
Mm-hmm.
with the Jesus piece over his hand. I fucking love that
Yes.
photo. It
I saw
took
that.
me years to find that. I
Mm-hmm.
finally found it on Google. It took
Mm-hmm.
me years to find that because I was on a Vibe magazine I used to have. Talk about niggas jewelry and shit. I remember that. Y'all
Niggas
niggas
want
remember?
to tell you about when a certain Gangstar song came out and shit. You wasn't even born yet. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't born. You wasn't even a nut in your daddy sack. You gonna tell me about when Do It came out? Like I should slap you for that.
Facts. Like 50
They,
said, you get
you know
slapped
what
for
I mean?
that.
They want to get on the internet and talk all this shit. Like, come on, I ain't no internet nigga, man.
yeah.
I mean,
Facts.
we doing this shit for the culture and to inform the young kids and the generation about, you know, the old school and what they missed out on because they wasn't born yet for that.
Right.
They wasn't born for Mecca and the Soul Brother and for Doggy Style and all that shit. That's why we do what we do.
Yep.
If we don't do it, who else gonna do it? Nobody else gonna do it but us. You know what I'm saying? And you know, niggas, these 20-year-olds want to get all cocky and try to tell you like, oh, you wrong. It was on this album. No, you wasn't even born yet. I know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Trolling
And
niggas, trying to blunt like fucking
yeah,
frame niggas. And
Yeah, that's that pussy shit. They little
yeah,
boys. That's why I don't pay attention to them. They little boys. That's how we gotta treat them.
I could relate, Chris, because and Mike, he knows what I'm talking about. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because I did Death Certificate by Ice Cube, and I made one simple mistake when I said that he's from Compton. Ice Cube was born MC from Compton, but he's
right.
from South Central, and that's the only thing you took out of the fucking review.
Exactly.
Okay, I made a mistake, but you know what? I try to do research before, I do my reviews. I mean, I made that one mistake, but then it's like, I'm sorry, I don't have my phone on me, or I
yeah.
don't, have internet on me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, dude, like
And,
I go based on, and at that time, I wasn't really writing my notes. I was going straight freestyle. Like now, I have cliff notes where I could memorize my notes and shit like that. But before that,
Right.
I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But these cats, I mean, just to go on camera to do live like that,
Right.
that takes balls. It's not easy.
I
yeah,
don't mind being on camera, but it's like that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be myself 24/7. So you
I don't
know,
yeah,
give a fuck what niggas
back in
say
the
about.
day, we didn't even have a cell phone. We had Sky pages back then. You remember the
right.
Sky pages
Of
with the
course.
belt clips and shit? We didn't even have no cell phones back then.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So when we trying to inform the youth about real hip hop and all that, and these young motherfuckers want to come at us like, oh well, the date was wrong and it wasn't on this album. I just ignore motherfuckers like that
yeah,
because they wasn't around, so they don't know.
Right.
It's no anybody that's below like 35, 30, they can't challenge us on shit because we was in the building for that stuff.
right.
You know what I mean? So if they want to challenge us, go right ahead. You're gonna fucking lose. Straight like
Facts.
that, you're gonna lose.
It's
They'll
just like
make
that
they
dude. It's just like that dude that tried to challenge Ricardo with the Bone Thugs Crossroads
stupid.
song.
Yeah, that's dumb. And that only happens when Ricardo is on. Anytime Ricardo is on, we get all these weirdos coming on here and they want to act stupid. Like if that's the case, then don't come on here.
Facts.
Right.
And Steven did a phenomenal job on that death certificate. He broke down every single song.
Yeah.
Right.
And for a nigga just to say that, it's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Right.
And Ice
Crazy.
Cube even that nigga be repping Compton sometimes.
Yeah.
What do you expect a nigga to think? Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Duh, you
Yeah.
know. And I remember one time too, some nigga gave you shit because you said it was Biggie as a baby and ready to die, and I was like, come on.
Yeah.
I thought the same shit until that fucking video came out with a kid saying it was him.
Right.
Stupid niggas.
Yeah.
Gotta ignore that, man. They little boys. They show their age. That's why we gotta ignore them. You know,
Facts.
you
Yeah.
can't tell me about shit when I've been to many record stores. Like record stores not even around no more.
Yeah.
They don't know what a record store is. You know, a record store to them is fucking eBay and Amazon.
Yep.
That's the virtual record store. They never been inside of a record store before.
Niggas don't know about walking in a snowstorm to get
Yeah,
D'Angelo voodoo. Like I had
exactly,
to do. I did
exactly.
that.
Yeah, I walked through a blizzard just to get Dog Pound.
Wow.
You know what I mean? February 90, was it 90? I think it was 95, 96, 96 it was. February
Wow.
96, it was a blizzard in New York.
Yeah, that blizzard was so bad.
Yeah.
Oof.
We got some of that.
Mm-hmm.
We got some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, niggas was out of school for a week, son.
Yeah, man.
This is
It
like
was
one of the best times of my life.
shut down
Got
the city and they don't do that.
playing
Nah.
that Maximum. I know y'all niggas remember Maximum Carnage.
Oh yeah, the
Super
red
Nintendo.
concerts.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red
I
concerts.
got that. I got that right over there. I got all that shit.
I didn't have my cousin had that. My cousin Brandon, he had that shit. Okay, he was a
Yeah.
big Marvel head. You know
So
what
am
I'm
I,
saying?
son.
But, yeah.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
I was stuck at home playing that because niggas had a whole week off in February of like 95, 96, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I remember that. Happened to us too, man.
That's did you
That's
ever
that.
get winter
Oh, go ahead, Steve. I mean, Chris.
did you ever get winter recess?
And then they wouldn't let us outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, some dumb reason. Niggas are pussy. It be raining outside. Now keep your kids inside. What the fuck,
Wow.
dude? You know?
Nah, kids were tough back then compared to now, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's that cold when niggas had to walk to school in the cold. I remember walking to the projects. It was so cold I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
That shit like your face. You're going like this. This shit.
You have to wear the ski mask over your face and shit. Remember the
Yeah,
ski mask? Yeah, you have to wear
that
that.
shit. That cold hit your face. That sucked the
shit.
fucking air out of you, sir.
Yep.
Yeah. Son, hard times, son.
Hard times, dude.
Don't know about that.
Yo, I'm about to head out because my phone's like 3%.
All right, see. All right.
But I'll be watching though. I'll be watching the Usher joint.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
I'll be in the chat for that too. Yeah.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, yo.
Champ. I appreciate you participating. Thank you, Kill, once again. Thank you, Pause, for watching. Much
Thanks, y'all.
appreciated. Thank you, chat. As always, it's been real.
Yeah.
Peace, man.
Clout. Going
Peace.
out this motherfucker. Peace, y'all.